I can't.
I've only got a few people in at the moment, but hello, John.
Hello, Jackie.
Bloody hell, you're starting to talk. Yeah, there's not that many in, but yeah, there's no Matt tonight, but I won't discuss because it's just private and it's up to him to tell anybody why he's not on tonight.
Right. Well, I have got a lot to say about a few different things, and I hope people can bear with me if I'm sounding a bit boring. But there is something I'm going to talk about, like
Yeah, I'm just going to
nature.
stop for 1 minute before you go into your major
No,
rant.
no, 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 no. I won't. But I will mention one thing, and then I'll rant later on. I will rant later on.
Okay. Right, there is a competition on, and I've only had two people, and they're getting either a free baby tarantula, or they can have a choice out of two jumping spiders. And the link has been put up, so if anybody wants to watch it and then guess, that's up to them. And you put the answer on the end of that video in the comments. So I will check in about an hour or so, and basically then the video on Monday will show you the full reveal. Well, I'm going to say who's won anyway. I'll give you the full amount anyway. So yeah, I mean, you can't give anything away. So I thought, it'd be all right for the spider community, but no. And obviously I can't send anything out until next week because the temperatures have been still a bit too toasty to send them. But I do have other ideas for a different competition, but I know John's trying to bloody talk, so come on then, you pain in the bum.
No, no, not yet, not yet. I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm going to stream it to my YouTube if that's all right. This.
Okay, if you wish, you may do that. I do not mind. Should know by now. I'll just turn around and say, no, you're not allowed. How dare you? No, I don't mind. So, well, that guy that I met yesterday, he was a lovely guy. The homeless guy is I was sat there for bloody ages chatting away to him. And I just thought they won't let him in a bloody, in a place because he's got a dog. And I'm just like, nah, that's not right. What they'll do, stick the dog in a bloody kennels, and basically somebody else has them. Why? I'm sorry, but that's his friend. So why the hell would you, or could even be family to him? So why the hell would you ask somebody to come and take his dog? No, not happening. Not happening in the slightest. So yeah. And apparently he said he's ex-army and everything. So I turned around and said to him, I said, well, I'm not going to be back down here until next Wednesday. So I might come to the thing on Saturday. I don't know yet. I don't particularly like Saturdays in town as it is. I kind of avoid it. So it's been up and down with things, and I've got loads of things to talk about myself. It's basically, we are devising a competition where people can either tell a true story or a fictional story, and they can send it to my email, which is actually scrolling across at the bottom of the screen. And basically they'll be read out once a week on the week of October. So they could be spooky, they could be not, it doesn't matter. It's just a story. And basically near the end of the month, we'll try and break them down. Like if a certain story is a true story, then it'll be put into like a true category. If it's a fictional category. If it's horror or something like that, or paranormal, goes into that category. With the different categories, sorry. And basically then we'll get people to vote, do a poll. So, and decide. But near the end of the week, there'll be probably about four lots, I reckon, near the end of the week. So we'll do it's just going to be a bit complicated, but I will word it better. But at the end of the day, there'll be one person that's going to win it, and they'll win £20. So it'll be paid on PayPal. And it doesn't matter whether you're international or not. So all I say is better than a kick up the arse. And it's free. So yes, it will be fun. It's just getting people more involved, being more fun. So yay. So oh, I'm fine. Thank you very much, Sarah. I hope you are good too. I've got a bearded dragon running around the room. She does her job. Is any escapee bugs in here? I've watched her chase them down. In fact, yesterday, died from the bottom. So I opened it, dive out.
You're breaking up.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Probably because I had it a bit lower down. Basically, we had a bearded dragon running around, and I just call her, oh, look, here's Minnie Jaws. She's coming round and getting all the bugs. And they can't get out of the room. There's a net all the way around, and it's enclosed at the bottom, stuck to the bottom on the floor. So basically, you have to unzip it to walk through it because it's a brand new one. The other one was rubbish. I threw it in the bin. So nothing can get out of the room. So when it's been hot, I've just left her enclosure open, and she's just been running around the room. She's been having bloody fun. Best way for her, really. She loves it. And then when she's tired, she goes under either this big log that I've got her. She goes underneath that, or underneath the ledge, and then I'll walk in and just turn off the light and shut the door, and then she's fine till the next day. So she has fun. And hello, Steve, nocturnal frequency. If you want to come on, dude, come on. I will have to go on another one of your lives, but obviously because there's time differences, obviously I know I'd be on late, so I'm gonna have to do one at least. Yeah, appear on one. I'm just not on them all the time because I've been tidying this room, but I've got to do it like section by section. So I've got to do this side now. So I've got some stuff behind me, and I've been throwing stuff out. So it's just an absolute pain in the bum. So, and then I've got a nice new enclosure for the frogs, a nice big one, a lot better than what they've got, but I need to get all the bits for them. Like I've got to get the membrane, and I've got to get the like these stones that you use in with water, and it's the drainage stones, that's the word. Drainage stones, and you put the membrane, so basically the soil does not sink through to the bottom. And then I'll put the substrate in, and I've had live plants before, but they just completely flatten them. So if I do get something that's a bit stronger, I might, but we'll just see how it goes. And I'll just put some fake ones in. They've got branches in there. I'm going to put a load more, but it's a bit more enclosed for them. And yeah, I think they'll like it better. There's 3 of them in there, so hopefully it will be pretty good. So I'm going to end up having to move somebody. So it might be, don't know, the snake. I think I might have to move her. So we'll just see how that goes. Because I've got another, I think I said I'm up to 10 snakes now. And I've told Chris, no, I don't want any more. Stop showing me nice snakes. Piss off. Just because I like them. We're not having any more now. Oh, sorry. I'm not having any more. So, yeah. Joyful. So I've got a few things I want to do. Hello, Moon. I hope you're okay, dude. Nice to see you. So I am going to try and, when I'm talking about the competition, try and bring it down to a better idea. But that's what I want to do. So think of something. Think of something good. Like I said, true story, or it could be a fictional one. And like I said, it's in Halloween for the month. So it gives everybody time to bring something up, send it on my email, and then there's a chance that you can win 20 quid. Why not? Have fun. So, yay. Hello, who have we got? Louise. I'm steaming up in here now. And I had the bloody front door open, but I've shut it. But I can't put a fan on in here because obviously I've got to keep this a certain temperature for the animals. I'm glad you're good, Moon. Are you at work? Are you off for the day? Because it's pretty early in Florida, I'm assuming. So yeah. So I am trying to devise and think of things. So yeah, And I know Simon has thought of another place that we're to go, so we'll just see how that goes. You're off. Oh, nice. So hope you're having a nice, relaxing day. So I've actually been asking a few people from all the places. I've got a friend in Thailand, believe it or not, and I've been asking him about just. I want to see pictures of around the country, any wildlife, anything like that, because sometimes it's nice instead of seeing all these flipping stories where these people with the expert cameras and everything go running around and taking pictures. I'm like, no, I'd rather have people who live in their own countries send me pictures instead. Why not? Oh, you're in California. Nice. So you're on like a vacation. So it sounds good. But anybody that sees any animal, it's nice to see something that's in its natural environment and say, and this is what we've got here. It is nice. So I mean, my friend in Thailand, he actually shows that he feeds all the cats. He goes and feeds some of the cats because obviously there's a lot of places you can't watch my road trip. You can. Oh yeah, I'll have to, Moon. I'll have to. My glasses are steaming up. I think I need a bloody cooling thing on them. But yeah, I will do. Oh, you live in California? Ah, right, nice. But definitely send us any any wildlife that you've got in California, or even out and about. Because my friend was showing me about because I know he drives people about people that visit Thailand. I know he drives them about during the day. I know he does that. And then he says his family run a market and they grow their own fresh fruit and vegetables. They sell that on the market to make money. And you're saying about what his mother-in-law does. She has a little bit of like I think the chalets or something like that, where people have them and residents, when they move out, any stuff they leave behind. He says the last lot they are donated for the needy. So it's nice little stories like that, and you're like, you know what? That is actually pretty cool. It is nice to hear little stories like that. So it's it's nice because a lot of times you hear a lot of doom and gloom, and you're like, right, that's it. I've had enough. And then you start questioning bloody humanity. There's a lot of frigging nutters out there, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I've got some cracking stuff to say tonight, guys. I have a bit about everything. Obviously, politics is on the line, but we might have mentioned. But I go to my mate's farm in Bath, and we had a bit of a special opening. So we had some light singers, but also during the day came a ghost hunting woman. I forget what her.
Nice.
I'll try and get the details of the thing, but she brought a little stall all selling ghost hunting stuff, and one of the lads I went down with, Dave, he's well into all that, and next thing I turn round and he's there on a Ouija board with a woman, you know what I mean? But yeah, so that we're in Bath. I'll try and get the video. I've done a little minute video of the little stall that they had, that they brought to farm, and the woman were lovely, and a bit of history of that area is you've got the George Inn, the big pub in Norton St Phillips, and it's haunted, and they do haunted nights. So I talked about it with Matt before, and we said about the metal detecting, and an old pitchfork style battle was waged in that area, and apparently one of the buildings next to the George, they hung so many people, traitors and that. So it's got a bit of a reputation, but yeah, so that's did that at the camp. So I'll show you the video after. It's just a minute, and it goes around a little stall, all the little bits she's selling and all that. Some kids come along, then I remember seeing one kid had bought something. Can I have a look at that, please? Oh, that's good quality, innit? You know, yeah. So
Kids make me laugh at times, I tell you. Some of the things they come out with. Oh, it's all right. Oh yeah, right. I could say hi to people. Hi, Bucharest, and I see Adrian. You're right, dude. This is not playing ball. If your music's copyrighted, you can fudge off. You'd be given a thick ear. You might be older and bigger than me, but that's not the point. I'll just bring my tarantulas down. It'll be fine. Who else have we got? We have got Mick. Oh, come on, you spanner and a half. Anthony, I am going to New Jersey. So that sounds pretty good, dude. Really does. So, and obviously said, talk to Moon, Andrea, Sarah, Louise. So there's a few people in. So at least it's cooled down in here. Upstairs, I don't particularly care. But in here, it's been really, really warm. So yeah, but it's cooler in here. But I've still got this door open, and because this is nearer to the front door, this room can go pretty cold. But I just shut the door and then I'll put the heater on for him. But at the moment, it should be warmer. And I did some filling in some holes behind here. I actually filled it all in because he won't do it. Bloody hell. He'd probably put a bit in and the blue wall would probably fall down. Be a Frank Spence or something. He'd be like, put it on, wall. Yeah, I was just filling in a hole. Well, bloody hole's got bigger now. Oh dear. So, you know what this fly thinks it's doing? It's all right with the beard, he sees you. She's going to bloody eat you. Stupid thing. Oh dear. I've already sent some creatures off this week, but I didn't want to. But the girl said, "Oh yeah, they'll be okay." And I thought, right, I will send them. So I did do. But anybody else's, I'm sending out next week. At the end of the day, it's just not worth posting live animals out when it's too warm because basically you're just condemning them, and it's not worth it. Whether I'm not charging loads or not, it's just not worth it. So
What bugs you mean?
oh yeah.
Not like a snake or anything.
No, you have to have a proper career for that, and you've got to pay for a bit. Whoops, just hit me microphone. But no, you've got to have a proper career for that. So I can't. Do you know what, I need my glasses sorting out. I was meant to have went, but to buy something else. So, oh, and this is behind on the flipping phone. It's rubbish. I'm taking this out. I'm changing over. Oh. So I've been watching a few things. Obviously, after the numpty that we had up here, he's gone all the way down to freaking London. I mean, seriously, you can't get rid of him.
Andy Burnham.
Yeah, you can't bloody get rid of him.
Well, my claim to fame.
It's
My
just
claim
not
to
gonna follow
fame is I've had 3 meetings with Andy Burnham, and he's you know, people will brand me one way or another, left or right. Right, that's what they'll brand me, whatever. But like, I've had 3 meetings with him, and he knew who I was when I had 3 meetings with him, and I still had the 3 meetings with him. I never got kicked off. I never got asked to leave the meeting. They never said that I couldn't attend the meeting because I attended it on the situation that I was supporting my vulnerable friend who had PTSD. Her eyes fell down. She lost all her belongings. Her and her son are left in a dropping centre at the top of a road while they're celebrating. All the council tenants have got new houses, and she was called Bernie. She'd been shoved into an hotel, lost loads of weight, mental health went right down. And I said, if I come and get you, can we go to a MERS question time? She said, yes, please. So I got my mate, went down, picked her up in car. He waited outside. Me and her went in the MERS question time when we got access to talk to Andy Burnham. And then we had 3 meetings with him. 2 online meetings and 1 at his office. And I've questioned and met him at several MERS question times and been able to get questions out to him. So when anyone says that John's just an ignorant, don't know nothing about dinosaur, you can just tell them all that. And then recordings of the MERS question times are all live recorded. You can find them on the Great Manchester MERS question time, Andy Burnham pre-2026. Anything else I've done's online anyway. That's Big John. Thank you very much.
pain in the ass.
So I, I met the Prime Minister before he was a Prime Minister.
You poor person. You poor
And
person. Oh, hi,
and
Ellie.
he's one of his political strategist is a former Hope Not Hate director, and if you know Hope Not Hate, right? So you can Google up Hope Not Hate. They've got me mentioned in it. They don't accuse. Well, some people accuse me of stuff, but they just said that I'm like far right. They don't say that like I've been convicted of anything because I never have. They don't say like they might try and make out stuff, but I'm on the radar now. He is Andy Burnham's political strategist, and even though like his prime minister is going to come to Manchester, and I'm going to be at a public meeting, and Andy Burnham's, I promise you, I've done 7 MERS question times. I don't see why I can't get a meeting that's public with the prime minister there. Nothing stopping me, nothing at all.
Poor person. But yeah, at least you've met him. But still, you met him and you're like, damn. But at least I managed to talk to the git.
Don't say I like him, like, but I've engaged with him and I've seen a side of him that this is why I got in that people like. And if you know anything about the Makersfield by-election, he won that as Andy Burnham. He didn't win it as Andy Burnham of the Labour Party. He won it. It was the Andy Burnham campaign. It was specifically focused on him. Labour was there because he is Labour, but they didn't put that to the forefront. You know what I mean? They didn't put it to the forefront. But interesting times.
Yeah, it does sound like it. Definitely. So, like I was just saying, I have dropped down the thing for the video. It's basically near towards the end. So all you got to do is guess, and whoever's nearest to the amount underneath and not gone under will win one of 3, which the prizes are a sling, Balfouri, or an Apache jumping spider, or a Florida jumping spider. So basically, just watch near the end. It gives you an idea of how many's in the tub. And yeah, what's this say? His wife won a multi-million. See, this is not coming up on my phone. I don't know why. Everybody else is, but not that. Good, stupid. And it says the lodger. It says his wife won a multi-million-pound contract from the Manchester City Council when he was still mayor. The smell of corruption is true. Very, very true, mate. Definitely. So, no, I don't want to bloody hide just an ass.
Yeah, she certainly did. And what wasn't that to do with the signage for the CAS tax? Am I correct? You know, like the signs that they have on the public streets. It was for that CAS tax. I'm sure it was, or it might have been the cameras or something. Whoever said that.
I think it's the lodger. But
Lodger. Oh, it's the lodger, my mate Lodger. Right, yeah, you're certainly right, yeah.
So,
well, yeah, Lodger, you'll have met Lodger. He's been in the chat before, Jackie, when you've been in. And that.
Oh, okay. All right, dude. Because I was wondering, like, why the fuck do I not see it on my phone? But it's because you've got yours connected too.
Yeah.
Pain in the bum. I let you off, mate. I will let you off. So I've known John since I was a bloody young teenager, and he was.
Thank you, Elsie. Thank you very much on Facebook there. Thank you.
No, got it like that, but she's just Ellie.
Sarah Robinson. I'm good, thank you, Sarah.
So yeah, I've known John freaking years, a long time.
More than 30 years. More than 30 years. and your kids know, like, my nephews and all that, who are the same age and that, aren't they, roughly?
Probably. Oh, yeah. Michael doesn't remember Cassim.
Right.
Don't forget, he was only about 2 in that picture. So, I mean, he's 31. No, he's 32. So, yeah, 30 years. Bloody hell. My kids wouldn't. My kids might remember you. I don't know. Hello, Tom on a mission. You all right, dude? What's that? What's what? What are you asking now? Yeah, it's basically a video. It's mainly for the tarantula community, but I'm already doing another competition, which is giving people the opportunity to put in a story. It will be broken down into categories eventually, and they'll be read out one a week leading up to October, and you get a chance to win £20. Better than a kick up the bum. So because it's £20, it means anybody can enter. So even better. So it's all good fun. And basically you just send in the story. It could be fictional, non-fictional, could be scary, not scary, whatever it is, and send it in, and I will read it from my email. So send it into my email. But basically people will have to have a title. It'll be stories, I'm assuming. Yeah, it'd be a good title, because then I'll be like, I won't be saying spam, 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 you know, because you get a lot of spam in your inbox. Doesn't matter whether it's, you know, meant to be sent into your inbox. It always goes to your junk. Always. Pain in the neck. But I am going to try and write it down a bit better, quote it down a little bit better, and yeah, it will be fun. It really will be fun. Why not? So what are you doing, since the year is we're kind of like near, what's the middle, isn't it now? God, so are you still doing more campaigns or what?
Oh, me?
Yeah, well, there's not the invisible man behind you, you numpty.
Of course, we're running. We'll be running 2 candidates in Oldham next year. One in St Mary's, and I'll be doing Hollingwood. And if anyone knows me, Reform are going to smash it again next year. If they get 15 seats to take majority in the council, I've done a video and I've said the maximum they need is 15. And on my video, I was certain they'd get like 12, 13. That's what I said on my video. And then they'll take control at council. And I'll tell you right now, I don't like Reform.
Yeah, I gathered.
I don't like Reform, but they are a means to an end. They are a means to an end. I've said it publicly. I like individuals who are part of Reform, but I'm still not because they're part of Reform, because of that individual, and I know them. And
yeah,
I have guaranteed Reform votes in certain areas in Oldham, because everyone asks me who to vote for. That's what people ask me to, and I'll give them my honest opinion of the particular area, who they should vote for. In the Werneth area, I told everyone to vote for a Muslim guy called Rangzib, and he's born over here, well educated. He's done a lot of work with charities and sort of like police, not directly, but on that kind of level. And he's well known, like in the doorman circles and stuff. And I told people to vote for him. That's what I did. You know what I mean? In Werneth, because he was the best candidate in Werneth. The Reform candidate didn't hardly get any votes, but people still ask me. And Rangzib comes second, I think, in the election. And I know my areas. Jack will tell you. I know my areas. I know the councillors who were in them. But you know, like it was a few years ago, and I worked 59. I could tell you every single councillor's name and what ward they're in and everything. I might need a little bit of help now, but because I'm 59, but I'm still really good like that.
I'm saying nothing, so now you're saying it's your age. You blaming your age, you.
So yeah, we've got candidates over nationally. We've got candidate in Bedfordshire, Lee Bishop. He's going to be running. I think we've got another couple like down south, not in the London area, outside of London. I think one's going to be in Brighton, and we don't know about the London area. It's a bit. the elections are a bit different. It's just every 4 years in London, except for a particular time. So if there's 3 seats in the ward, every 4 years, them 3 seats are up for election. It's a lot different in Oldham. In Oldham, there's an election. There's 3 elections in 4 years. So if there's a big election, whoever gets in with the lowest amount of votes is up for election the year after. The second highest is up for election the year after, or there's a gap, and then so on. So that's a bit different in Oldham. So I've been running elections since 2022, and one of them years I did 2 elections. So it's been on the go for me. I haven't had 4 years to prepare. I haven't had 4 years to go around knocking, getting ready, talking to people. I've just been election. So it's a lot difficult in Oldham. And like I've done okay. I'm not saying I'm the greatest in the world. I've done okay. I'm confident that I'd get a council seat eventually, 100%. I'm not any cleverer than anyone or anything like that, but I'm honest. And I'm good at thinking outside the box and stuff like that, and I'm really honest. And the Activision I've done in like the past 10 years around Oldham has had an impact, and people have took on what I've said and stuff like that. So I've made my impact, and if I can get one person, a lad I know, he's 36, he's never voted in his life, and I've talked to him for a couple of years, and he went out and he made sure he was registered and went voting. You know what I mean? And I did that to one person. I've done my job, but I've done it to hundreds of people. So I've done my bit to get people politically active and stuff like that. And I'm a genuine guy. I'm not like I'm not doing it for any money or anything. I don't have any money. I'm on universal credit. I go to food bank once a week, and like I still have to like count my pennies and stuff like that all the time. I'm a full-time carer and personal assistant. That's what I do. And for the past 5 years, when I looked after my mum, I saved our council thousands of pounds. Instead of her going in an home, we looked after her, so it was less cost for the council. And adult social services, which is under strain in Oldham. It's one of the adult social services and child social services. They take a lot of money out of Oldham's budget, especially adult social services. It really does. You can easily Google this up and look yourself. So, and I saved adult social services thousands of pounds for 5 years. So I don't care what anyone says. You can slag me off all you want. If you can do as good as that for your town, then fair enough. You know what I mean? So I did. And I didn't do anything snidey. I couldn't, because I'm an activist. I couldn't have a second job. I couldn't do this. I couldn't do that. And, like the lefties, I hope not hating all these lefty ones. They've had 2 of my bank accounts shut down. They've tried to sack me from jobs that I've worked at. They've implied on social media that I've committed a crime. Honestly, this is what these people are like, and I haven't. Honestly, on Twitter, when I got dead big on Twitter in the Theresa May days, one of these lefties, he put up an article on Twitter, and it was an article about a man called John Lawrence from Merseyside.
Oh.
And what John Lawrence had done had raped a woman.
Oh, not
This John Lawrence, yeah. It
No,
ended
they-
up. There was no picture in the article. They could have done a bit of research to see how old I really am, because I've never hidden me date or anything like that. I do loads of videos where I'm with my mum and stuff. Honestly, I'm just so open on Facebook. You can guess my favourite colour and everything if you just watch a few of my videos, And it was a white guy who was 10 years younger than me, but they still put it up on social media, when I had a good presence, and that's what they did. And I'm sorry, guys, if you're left leaning and you like that, I'm gonna come for you. If I was an MP, if I ever get powerful, all this evidence, I've got all this evidence. If he ever come powerful and I can get a slitter, I'm suing your asses. I'll make sure you're not working. I want you to go to jail. I want you to go to jail. That's what I want you to go to jail with all sex offenders. But that's what they do to you. And I'm not none of these things that anyone says. I'm none of these things. And people will say, I've started riots. And I'm like, honestly, you just couldn't make it up. And that's through being honest and speaking out about my town. And because I might mention ethnic minorities as well.
Oh no, you just get put into the wrong category. Well, he said this, he said that. Well, it's obviously racist, isn't he? Blah blah blah. It's like, well, you know, you've got an opinion, so you know, just because you've got an opinion doesn't mean you're racist. You're just expressing your opinion.
Yeah, we don't say that word. I don't believe in even saying that word now. We don't believe in them words in our party. We really don't. You know, and you know, like we go to that hotel, and honestly, if someone pulls up, gets out, whether they're left or right or whatever, they disagree with us or whatever, and comes talking to us, they're gonna get so much respect. And we had a bloke the other week, half-caste bloke. It got a bit heated, but a week later, he was seen by one of the people at the demo, and he come up, he apologised for getting ratty. And he, you know, he said, "I'm glad I came over and talked to you." That's what he said. That's what he said. And at first, he come over and argued with us. You know what I mean? But you know, and you know, people only have to come and talk to us and stuff like that, and we can tell you the truth. You know what I mean? We can show you all the evidence of people committing crimes who've been here 2 months. We can show you all this. But then again, we haven't just protested. We've been to local council meetings. We went to the Labour and the police community meeting, Denshaw Lane, Chadderton, South Chadderton. We spoke to Holly Harrison and Graham Shuttleworth, 2 serving councillors. We spoke to the boss of the police and the PCOs who were there, and several other groups of people from around the area. And I raised concerns about what were going on with people who've been convicted of thingies. We went to the reform meeting. I've emailed the council several times, different councillors several times. Obviously, when I do my videos, I name people as well and stuff like that. So we're not just like flag shaggers or flag wavers. We do a little bit more than that, us. And we come together as a group. We got 2,500 leaflets printed, and we went round Moston, Top Moston near Hollingwood Avenue, South Chadderton, Chadderton Central, Hollingwood, and Failsworth, and Newton Heath, and we delivered all the 2,500 leaflets to people. Not saying nothing nasty on them, just things like contact your council, object against planning permission when they want to change something to an HMO and stuff like that, and you know, consider other people, this, that, and the other. You know, that's all we put on them. And obviously the council know, every other group knows, and that's how active I am. And that's not with help of anyone from, well, a couple of reform members actually did help because they delivered some of the leaflets, but that's just members, normal people who support them. But that's what we did, and we went to 5 police meetings as well within the areas: Central Chadderton, Hollingwood, Failsworth West, and I think we're due to go to Moston next. And we've engaged with all the councillors. I emailed them all with my issues on HMOs, building regulations, the hotel, and stuff like that. And so hopefully, well, they are doing things. All the other parties are up in the game because I'm doing it on social media, and I'm the one who does most on social media. If something's going on, it's on my page. So there you go.
Somebody was saying you can't get a word in. No, I can. I just let him go on. Simple as. Simple as.
So the other thing I wanted to mention, so climate change. Right.
Oh.
Well,
Good grief.
I,
Please
I, I'm
don't.
I'm not a climate change denier. The climate's changed many times over the years. Is it all to do with us? No, it isn't. But we are part of what's going on. But I hear a lot saying that polar bears are struggling because the ice is melting quicker in the Arctic. But then again, I see other reports of like obviously they're moving to more land areas where is it edge of Greenland and all that kind of area and into Canada. They're in Canada as well, aren't they? Polar bears. Polar bears, sorry.
I don't know. I've not gone to Canada to find out. It's just I'm not going to lie and say I know. I don't. Somebody you'd have to look up. I'm afraid. It'd be a good one. See, this is why I need my glasses changing. Be a great scuba diver. Who would be?
Yeah. So on the coastlines of nations: Canada, United States, Alaska, Russia, Greenland, Denmark, Norway, and Svalbard.
Nice, very very nice. Yeah, there is quite a vast area. I wish I knew everything and everything, but I bloody don't. I'll even admit that.
What it is though with green energy and all that lot is that we're cutting our hands off to get green energy, and they've said there might be power strike. Now, listen, we can still work on green energy, but we need fuel for us now to bring our fuel rates down, and we have the highest in Europe, guys. We have the highest in Europe for fuel bills. Now, let's dig some coal up and get some oil. Let's do that, and we can still work on green energy. And green energy is coming. We're gonna get loads of energy. And we just got to develop the stuff to get the energy, and things are developing. I don't believe in the wind turbines because when you look at it, they don't. You can't recycle reinforced plastic. You can't recycle it. You can recycle it to make something, but you can't like melt it down and make new blades. You can't do that with it, and we don't have the technology to. So, and when I've looked at it, it costs too much to set about that wind power. Ocean turbines are good. They're pretty good and dead sustainable, but we've only got them at a certain technology yet. We need another 10, 15 years to get them really going. So that's what I believe in. Like all the other countries are burning up oil. We only make, according to statistics, we'd make 1% of the world's CO2 from Great Britain. Not meaning that we buy all the stuff from China and China are pumping it out. We in Great Britain.
We're the only ones that are releasing all the emissions into the atmosphere. So basically, we're doing all this recycling and saving energy, but we're only a small island, whereas everybody else has got this vast amount, in the big countries, and they're the ones that are putting more out into the bloody atmosphere, but they're not pissing about like this country is. And that's why we've got nothing that's, we say it's British made anymore, because we used to have British Railway gone, and then they used to be on the oil rigs. No, they're fucking redundant too. So, and then there were the coal miners, and then we all remember the coal miners strike. No, I'm not really old. Shh.
Our industry's gone, but we have the best steel. We, anything that was steam powered, it was invented and made from Great Britain. We'll say a little bit more about Europe, but I'm going to say Great Britain because I'm going to say the mills in Oldham, the steam turbines and all that was all developed here in Manchester for all them mills, which went on to develop steam for everything else, and we was the leaders in it. So that's why I'm just putting it in there, Oldham, North Manchester. That's what I'm saying. Just saying, Bolton. You know what I mean?
Watching something about
Rochdale,
about all the cotton mills and everything like that, because obviously a person that used to live in here originally the first time round was a cotton mill worker. So, that was just, that's the thing. So,
Bit of older mystery there. But yeah, we shouldn't be cutting our hands off. We should still get coal or oil, but still work on green energy. I've got asthma, me, and when I go into the city centre or a place that's like got a lot of vehicles, I can really feel it on my throat. I can feel it on front. Last Saturday we did Art Said Meat demo from Piccadilly Station and walked down to Market Street. So we walked past all the main roads and all buses were there, and I felt it on my throat, guys. I felt so I want clean energy. I want to be able to walk around city centre and breathe good, you know what I mean? But I don't want to cut my hands off to get it. So let's get some oil, dig some coal, and then we can still work on the green energy. What's that?
Basically, I don't have the blue spray anymore. I'm on something stronger because it's how fucked my lungs are. So I'm on this and I'm on a different spray now. Yeah, I don't have the blue spray anymore. I'm on something stronger now. That's Foster and I'm on another one. So, yeah, mine was from living in a bloody... that had black mold because my landlord was an absolute idiot. And I basically, once I got her house back on St. Mary's at the time, I moved out and didn't tell him, but I didn't owe him anything. He tried to say that, and I even got a bloody Oldham Council involved in the end, and they actually got everything down in detail to say, oh, she owes fudge all. But he wasn't doing all the repairs, and he thought he'd get away with it. Yeah, he never met me. He soon got a boot up the arse, I tell you. But because he thought, oh, I can still get away and I could sweet talk because he could talk properly and say all his words correctly and thought he was important, but he bloody weren't. He was an idiot. I tell you, never known anybody so stupid in all my life. But anyway, I moved out, didn't tell him, and I moved into a council house at the time, and I sent his keys back. Put them in the post, sent him back, and all I got was a phone call. Oh, thank you for the keys. So where are you going to let me know where you moved to? Me? No. I'm not that bloody stupid, and passed the phone to one of my sons. So I'm like, here you go, son. This is the idiot that made us all ill. And that was it. Passed it over to him. So that was fun. I'm not that bloody stupid. People try and win one over. It's like, no, it's not going to happen. I will friggin' find out a way to make sure you don't take the piss out of me. Simple as that. But things have changed so much over the years. I mean, I've bloody well seen that myself. And I've seen how friggin' lazy the council are with their bins. I mean, you've said about people dumping the rubbish, but I find they used to do, was it a curbside cleanup? And they used to do that maybe once a month. They don't do that anymore. And this is when I left St. Mary's, and I even seen before I moved out them dumping all that stuff at the bottom, and I'm like, one way it's bad, but in another way, not everybody's got a car to go to the tip. I mean, Simon decided we're getting rid of rubbish, put them all into bags and everything, walked to Oldham Tip, obviously got on a tram and everything, went there, and they wouldn't let him in because he wasn't in a vehicle. And I thought, so how do you get rid of it? Bulky Bob's isn't free anymore. So you've got to pay for that, but not everybody's got the money to pay to get it taken away. So it's something they need to sort out. So your money's getting screwed over. You're expected to pay to remove it, but you can't. Not everybody's got a car, because I haven't got a car. I know you haven't got a car. So if you want stuff removing, where's it going to go? You can't put it in your bins. It's
can I just magic enlightenment? It's the water companies polluting our waterways. Honestly, yes. Thames Water. We sold it off to I think it's something like Canadian, China. Just 3 different groups who have it. What I do right now, I just take it back off them. tell all their directors to piss off, ban them from England, and take it back. We've had to give them billions in money, and let me just get the amount of water that goes down the drains every day.
Yeah, I agree, Sarah. That Blackpool Zoo wasn't that good. Leah, but yeah, Blackpool Zoo. When I first went to Blackpool Zoo, that was. I can hear myself echoing, John. You changed something. Somebody's gonna get thick here. Somebody's gonna get a thick ear. Sorry, but yeah. Where is everyone? Well, Matt's not on today because he draws the people in because of his charming way, but he's not here, and I'm not telling you why because it's private. So if he tells you, then he'll tell you. But anyway, as I was saying, I went to Blackpool Zoo originally in the very early 90s. So my eldest son must have been about 2. That's how long ago. And he was born in 91. So 90, 92, 93. Yeah, it must have been about that. He was pretty early. He's in hospital. Yeah, I know he is. I've been talking to him. So I know where he is. So anyway, I went there and the place was absolutely filthy. And I just walked around and I'm like, no wonder these animals look all distressed. This place stinks. I mean, fair enough, you get glasses for normal, people staring in and tapping on them, but these were absolutely filthy. I can hear an echo.
I don't know what that is. Is it echoing now?
It stopped. No, it hasn't.
Is that because you're talking? It's not me. It's not. Honestly, it's not me. Right, that's off.
Well,
just take that off.
Hang on a minute. Let's have a bugger in. Look.
That's off.
If this is being an absolute arse, it's going to be trouble.
So yeah, Thames Water loses roughly 570 to 635 million litres of fresh treated drinking water every single day through leaks in its ageing underground pipeline network. This massive volume, equivalent to hundreds of Olympic-sized swimming pools, accounts for about a quarter of its total daily supply, and we bail them out. The unfortunate thing was, guys, I'm being a bit economical here. It's not my forte, but this is what you research up. So when we sold something, we never regulated it properly. We never said you've got to do this, you've got to do this, you've got to do this. We did a little bit, but we never said enough. So Thames Water, unless we've already told them they have to deal with like aging pipes because they've got to change the network, they'll never do it. They don't have to do it, and then we have to end up bailing them out because it's a big. Sorry, this is why it maddens me sometimes when people call me right wing, because this is a lefty thing, wanted to control that under government control. Like, I want government control of Thames Water. That's a lefty thing. Everyone thinks I want to sell it to the world. I don't want to sell it to the world. And if I did sell it to the world, they'd have proper regulations on it of what they've got to do to adhere. So when I would have sold Thames Water, I would have said to them there and then, whenever we sold it, I would have said, you sort out and put new pipes in countrywide. That's what's got to be done over the next 20, 25 years while you've got this. And you've got to cut down your lossage of water to manageable things. That's what I've said, but we never said that to them because we had stupid people selling our things. We had box tickers selling our things, and well, they sold them because the water company had given them a few dollars in a brown packet. Yeah, it's all right. You take it on. Just do what you want with it. No more. Not under John Lawrence's rule. None of that. I'm telling you, none of that.
Yeah, I could hear myself echoing. I don't know why it started. I might leave and come back. Might work. Right, I'll leave. I nearly pressed end stream like a muppet. Duh. Right, I'll be back in a second.
So yeah, that Thames Water scandal is absolutely unbelievable magic enlightenment. You just couldn't make it up. And we've bailed them out maybe 2 or 3 times for the tune of billions. In the tune of billions, and it's just not on. And I just want, like, if I was Prime Minister, it'd be like that. Just take it back. There's nothing they can do. They can't take me to any European court. I won't listen to anyone. I'd say, look, they've just abused our water system for however many years they've had it, and we're taking it back off them. That's what I would do. You make me Prime Minister tomorrow, I tell you honestly. Did you say Leah's in?
She was. I don't know where she's gone.
Oh, I seen her. She did a video or something. I just wanted to ask how all her animals are and all the bugs and that.
Yeah. She was it. I don't know why I'm echoing, but if it keeps happening, I'm going to unplug my headphones in a minute. It's annoying me.
Wait, well, I'm going back out and come back in because it weren't doing this at the beginning.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, you do it, and then I might let you when you be good. It'll be back in a second. Yeah, it'll be back in a minute, Leah. Yeah, they're all good. Mine are too. But I'm glad it's a little bit cooler for them. Just want to know where my bloody bearded dragon's escaped to. She's probably sat near the door. But there's something there, so she can't get past it. Yeah, because John's left. Yeah, it's coming through him. So it's obviously something that he's done. So if there's any more trouble, I'm going to go down to his house and give him a thick ear. It's all right. I'll never change. I'll still be a pain in the bum. So we're all good. But yeah, there is an awful lot of things. We've got a rant about, complain about, need to sort out. Definitely. I've been watching an absolute whole load about the digital thing going on with the kids.
So how are we doing now? Please. What, is it all right now?
When you left, there's no echo.
Yeah, well, because I weren't in. Right. Let me just see. Let me just check my settings.
How's my cat? Well, I've only got 10 left now. Stopped.
It stopped.
Yes.
Right. Echo cancellation wasn't on for some reason.
Oh, how dare you! And saying it was all my fault. How dare you?
Yeah, we don't. I mean, I'm nothing against. Well, I wasn't against privatisation, but what we've done, we've not give people proper let me just explain it basically, right? I've sold. Jackie's leasing my car, right? Jackie's leasing my car, and I haven't told her that, like, she's under obligation to fix it if she breaks it or anything like that. Then she brings it back, and because I've not done that, it's my cost to do it. It's as simple as that, guys. And that's what we've done with a lot of our businesses. And it's not just because of stupid people selling them. It's because of people giving them brown envelopes and that. We need more honest politicians who aren't going to be corrupted by money. But it's difficult. It's difficult. I tell you, it's difficult. The former First Minister of Wales, Getang is called, African guy, he got given £200,000 off a 2 times convicted environmental disaster guy. Magic that you were saying, environmental disaster guy, 2 times convicted, his company of poisoning our land, and you give this Getting 200k. He's never even paid it back. Nobody hardly says anything because he's an ethnic minority from Africa. You know what I mean? If that was Nigel Farage or Angela Rayner or Andy Burnham, there'd be uproar. It'd be in the national papers, and he'd have to pay that money back, but he never paid it back. And I'm sorry, that is the ultimate in corruption. You can search his name up. I'm not pointing fingers saying people. He got given 200k off a 2-time convicted environmental disaster man. Poisoning our land, Magic. poisoning our land.
Yeah, nasty. Not good at all. You want the beer?
Yeah, definitely. I thought I'd get a pint down me just to run to the shop before stream started.
Oh no!
I've
I
got
need beer.
I've got to get my mate's dinner ready, so I'll be back in a minute when I get another can.
Okay. I'm on the water. Woo-hoo-hoo. Well, yeah. Yeah. So that's it. You won't get any pissed up live streams off me for a while. I've not been drinking. So I'm all good. Jackie's house, the jumping spiders breeding. I do have some more, but they're all in pots all together again. But I didn't get any more Apache-Cola ones. I only got, how many did I get from that female? Was it 39, 29? 29. I got 29. And some I've kept back for myself and others I've sold. So the only way you can get another one is if you win one on the competition that I've done. And all you got to do is put the answer in the video that I keep linking in the chat. In fact, I'll put it in there again. Let's do this. It's easier to do it through my phone instead of the on screen. I can't be bothered. Use my phone. So basically, it asks. I'm actually going to do the thingy tonight, and whoever's the nearest amount of Balfouri that were born, you've got to be under the amount. If you go over, you just don't win. It's whoever's the closest under the amount. And on Monday, I will actually put the actual video where I'm counting all the individual slings. So it's only fair then. Because I did actually do on the video that I'm putting on the link that's in that way in the chat. So yeah, it gives you an opportunity. And then I'm doing the one with exactly. So you can either get to win an Apache-Cola, jumping spider, a Balfouri, not a jumping spider, or a Florida jumping spider. So yeah, you get a choice. And then I said that I was doing people to do stories if they want to. It could be fictional, non-fictional, scary, or it could be something else. You can send the story to me on my email, which is scrolling down the bottom. And basically, once a week, I will read a bunch of them out, and people will vote on what they think is the best one. And then at the end of the month, from the best one of the 4 weeks, they all put again, and then be another panel, and whoever thinks is the best one, they will win, and they will win £20. So that will be for October. So yay! Simple as. Who have we got? Was it Brian B? I can't see it. My glasses are absolutely puddled. That's why I need some new ones. These are just going to get jumped on at this rate. Like, buy glasses. Oh shit, I can't see. But yeah, oh god, there's been so many things I've been sat watching, and I'll be like saying something, and then Simon's like blah blah blah. I'm like, shut up, you! I'm trying to listen. But yeah, there's been loads of things we've been watching. I watched that. Was it Gabby Cabby guy? I watch him, and there's a few of them, so it's been loads. But like, there's a guy that I watch. He's called Cyber something. And he wears a mask and everything, but he's good at telling you about all the way they've got around the digital ID. It's like, you crafty bastards. That's all I can say what they've done. The age verification. Yeah, that is one way of doing the frigging digital ID things, you gits. But they've done it. But then even though Andy Burnham was saying about certain things, I'm like, yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Well, let me give you my take on digital ID.
Mm-hmm.
If people think it wasn't going to come 10 years ago, then you're a bit idiotic. This has been ongoing. This is there were many people more than 10 years ago who were going to tell you what it were like now. 1984 is one of them, and there's been quite a few films in the 90s that told you what were coming. And, like, I can't be doing without my phone, me. And, like, the more I want my phone, the more they have to upgrade it, the more they can do stuff, the more they've got smaller chips for the cameras and all this, the more the cameras can do on the street and all that. It will come in, guys. You know, it will come in. You know, and but you know, like I've got nothing to hide, but I believe that being an open book is better for me for running as a councillor. If I wasn't politically minded and not running as a councillor, I wouldn't give two flying Fs, and you know, nobody would know anything about me. You know what I mean? And they wouldn't. But like, because I'm running as a councillor, I want to be honest, so I don't want to be snidey with people. So you know, if you don't like me, it's all there on social media. You know, so
Yeah, because they always find a way of digging up dirt. I like it. You know,
so
yes.
you broke up a little bit then.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to give you a thick ear in a minute.
Well, I'm done out. Just give your fella a thick ear. What is it now? What's the shop called now? Argos's Finest. Argos's. He met Ramo, didn't he? He met me mate Ramo in wheelchair, didn't he?
Bloody hell, come on.
Your other half. What you on about? Come on,
Oh,
he met me mate Ramo in wheelchair. That's special. That's my best mate Ramo. That, and he was dead
right.
nice. And she had to say about 20 times. Then she told the manager that he was dead nice. So you know what I mean. Big brownie points.
Oh, yeah, Simon will be, yeah, he will do. But if you're a git, you can usually just tell by his face. You're like, he'll be just looking at it, and I'll be like, probably run away looking at my face anyway.
Is Unusual Pets? Is that Leah?
Yes, it is.
All right. Yeah, it is. Oh, hiya, Leah. She were doing a stream on a channel and all that. And I love her bugs and that, me. Lovely. She's like that. I'm like, ugh.
Oh, yeah.
Have you done anything, Leah? Have you been anywhere? Done anything? You know, I'm like...
There's a live show on, I think it's Sunday in Bristol.
Right. Nice.
I don't know whether she's got a table there or two there. I do not know. I'm assuming you've got a table there, haven't you, Leah?
Yeah, definitely gonna. I want to get in contact with her because she's got to come to PTSD camp because they're doing like little events, and if she's got a table and all that, and like a gazebo, she can bring it down.
See, it depends though, because she'll probably need help with the fuel and everything to go there, if they can do stuff like that.
Well, I mean, you said she were in Bristol, and Bath is 30 minutes from Bristol.
No, she isn't. No. That's where she's doing the actual show that she's going to.
Right.
She lives in South Wales.
South Wales is good enough. That's not too far from Bath.
And then she's got to get somebody to take the kids. She might have to tie them up somewhere.
The kids, if the kids can come, the camp, you know, you can have like families there. You can have kids. You have a bouncy castle, swimming pools, and all that lot. No, I mean, if the teenagers, it's just as good for teenagers. Our Shanaea's been touching our Shanaea when she was 17.
Bloody hell, that's cute. I don't even have photo ID. Oh, I have something now, because at the time before I got really, really ill, I was actually looking for jobs, and they like, oh, we need this ID. Oh, have you got a passport? No, I can't afford to leave the bloody country. Why would I get one of them? So I got a provisional car license. Not that I'm going to drive anywhere, but it's ID. But you know, everything, like, even then, all digitalized. It's not like it was like on a piece of paper, piece of bloody plastic. So, you know, it was already digital then. So, says it all, really. Yeah. Go on.
I mean, I mean, we have a problem with money laundering, and obviously the digital thing can like help with that. And then why do I say that? Is that a few years ago I interviewed a whistleblower, And what he did, he whistle blew on a company that wasn't paying enough tax, was ripping off the tax man. I think it was over here. I think it was a British company ripping off the tax man, and he whistle blew on that. And I mean, it's not just when I say a company, I don't mean like Asda. I mean like the next step underneath BlackRock and all these kind of organisations. One of them subsidiaries to one of them, and he got a big payout, but a big multi-million pound case. But he also worked in the banks, and what he did, if somebody put a cash transaction in on a Sunday, the next day they have to like see if it's dodgy in any way. And what it was, how he used to do it, he said, they used to get about 30 minutes to check out a particular transaction. So let's say Mad Manx Exotics, he'd made $3,000 on the Sunday, and he put it into the bank. Then on the Monday, this guy would check it, and he'd have 30 minutes to check it to see if it was clean or dirty money. Obviously, yeah. And all of a sudden, they cut that time down to like 5 minutes. So all that money were getting laundered and stuff like that, and illegal money. So one of the things of being digital is that you can get a better and faster track on the money that you put in. So, you know, on that side, it's going to save us. And let me just have a check how much is lost in, like...
In revenue. Yeah.
I did
Bloody
this
hell.
before.
Dave, you didn't tell me about this. How dare you? That's who Mad Max is. It's called Dave. That's it. You're in trouble. Well, it seems that only 2 people have entered. Seems that some of the tarantula or spider community do not want to know. So it's tough because I've given people enough times. What time are we on? Can't friggin' see my eyesight's shite. Hate it.
An
Yeah.
estimated 325 billion of dirty money flows through the UK financial system every year. That's an estimate. So obviously digital ID will bring that down or save money or whatever, but it'll bring that down. And that is not, even though that amount of money gets laundered, and even though you might think it doesn't affect you, it does. It affects everybody. That kind of 325 billion is going to affect our economy. It's going to right down to how much you get paid for your job. That's how much it's going to affect. So there you go, guys. And if you know, like if you put that into wages, imagine you put 325 billion into like wages for companies in a year. How much your wage would go up, you know, and that's dirty money. So there's things to do with digital ID that people aren't looking at, besides catching you on the traffic and all that. And to tell you the truth, with the state of the roads now, people drive these days, I'm glad they've got cameras looking at the traffic, because you just hear of more people getting knocked down and stuff like that. And if it weren't for CCTV, you won't be, you know, your loved one would still be alive. And I'm sure there's people watching this stream who've been in the situation where a loved one or a friend or someone has been knocked down. Either they've been killed or they've been injured. So thank you, CCTV, thank you.
Yep. Yeah, our past I'll be letting people know who's the winner. Like I said, there's only been 2 people that have entered, so it's
Does it cost to enter?
no, but you're going to win a spider though.
Right, all right. I'll win a spider. Let me.
Well, basically, what it is, there was a video that I did, and I've actually put the link of the video, and I'll show you all the little baby Balfours that I got from the egg sack. And basically, I stopped part of the way. I don't show the rest of the video because I count to the exact amount that I counted when I went through all the you know, the substrate and all the webbing and all the rest of the malarkey. And it's basically the person who's the closest to the actual amount will win one of three. And basically, if you've gone over the amount, you lose. As simple as that. So, you know, it's not going to cost you anything. It's free. So you can't even bloody help people these days. How dare you? Yeah, I bet this bloody bearded dragons fell asleep near my door. The git. What's the story about people spying on mobiles? I do not know. I wouldn't be surprised.
Just let me tell you, right? Your mobile device, people can know what you're doing on your mobile device, but you can turn it off. You can turn it off. You can stop these things. And how can I tell you that? You know that government warning that we had coming on our phones? You just go on and turn it off in your settings, and you don't have that government warning. So you can do it with other things, and you've just not got to accept dodgy links to sites and things like that. You've just not got to. If you keep your phone clean, there's nothing they can do. They can't spy on you. But then again, your 18-year-old daughter goes missing and she has a mobile phone. You can track her. If you have the right stuff, you can have an app and she can have an app and you can track her. And that is opening your phone to digital and letting people know where you are. But, you know, like, if it took the police to find me 18-year-old daughter, I wouldn't mind if I thought that, like, she were in trouble. So I'm not really against it, me. You know, I'm just not. But you just got to think about what it can do for you and how. You know, I've been. I lived in Bradford. And I lived in an area called Homewood. So this is 2008. I began to become very political this time. And I were at the local shops and I seen a little kid. And he was crying his eyes out and he was lost. He didn't know where he had to go. And I had my mobile phone on me. He didn't know what street he lived on or anything, and he'd walked for quite a while. And I tried to say about landmarks, and I mentioned a sweet shop. And he said there is a sweet shop near me. So I got my mobile phone out, got my maps on, and then zoomed in, showed him the sweet. He said, yeah, that's a sweet shop. So I took him back to it, you know. So if I didn't have my mobile phone, he wouldn't have got home. You know what I mean? So, you just, you know, and your 18-year-old daughter goes missing, no sign of her. And even if her phone's off, they can still track where she's been to, what time her phone went off and all that lot. So you can still find all that stuff. And even if your phone's off, even if her phone were turned off, if you've got the right connections and things guarded up on the phone, they can still track your phone. So it's up to you what to think about it. But if it were your 18-year-old daughter, I'm sure you'd be thinking a bit different. You've got to think like that. That's what you got to think.
Yeah.
Or your old mum, your mum.
Oh, you can't. My mum can't go bloody missing as she tried. She doesn't leave the house. She does not leave the house. My mother. Jeez. No way. In fact, she's friends with the bloody dog walking lady. So yeah, but when she's walking the dogs afterwards, they go shopping together instead. Which I think is quite funny. Oh dear, what's this? We lived in. Oh, these glasses are absolutely puddled. In Airborne Estate. All right, fair enough. Hello, Kieran. You're right, dude. I've lived in and around Manchester for a while, but I originally moved up north when I was about 14, something like that, and that was from the Midlands. And then before then, I was down south in Camberley, Surrey. I was in West Germany. I lived up and down the country. I've moved around all a lot. So I've even said to Simon, I'm like, I am not moving again. I've drawn the bloody line. I've had enough. It's too much hassle. It really is. buggering hell. What, Forces kid? Yes, I'm an army brat. That's why I've got a weird accent. So, no, I'm not a proper Aldermer, even though I've lived here a long time, since the 80s. We moved here in 2009. Yeah, mine was 1980 something. I don't bloody know. Cannot remember when I moved here. But yes, army brat. So I do remember things. We've got photographs and we've got loads of photographs from it all. So joyful. So I'm just checking the chat, so I'm not missing anything, because if you don't check the chat, then you miss everything. Good grief. We live in... Sure, not my glasses are puddled. Was that farm? I'll see if it's come up on my phone. Hambleton, Lancashire. Oh yeah, I think I know. Where have I heard that? I think it might have been something to do with my late auntie. I can't remember where she originally... I mean, she obviously lived in Rochdale at one point, but she lived somewhere else where she originally from. I cannot remember now. So obviously, not long after I'd met Simon, he ended up getting dragged off to a family funeral. So it was like, oh yeah, you're coming with me, whether you like it or not. You can come kicking and screaming if you want, but I'm sorry, you're still coming. Me and yours, Jackie, went walking frame. Do you mind? I'm using a frigging walking frame. I'll use my military scooter if you don't mind. Well, I got told the hospital rang me up last Friday, and considering somebody's meant to be ringing me up on Monday, which they didn't, but they rang me up and said, oh yeah, you're still on the waiting list to get the operation on your back. Oh, it's all right. It's only been 3 years. So yeah, I am still on the waiting list. And then they said, oh, well, they were going to suggest sending me to, was it Walton in Liverpool? And they said, well, do you consider going there? I'm like, I've got no transport. So unless, I don't know, Kieran, I wouldn't even be able to afford to go private. Lead an heck. And I'm not going busking on the street. I'd make everybody run away. They'd be running around. Oh, shut up. You sound awful. So I wouldn't even try busking for it. But no, I've been told 3 years I'm waiting because I've got a curved spine, and it's basically I've got damaged nerves and it's crumbling. So yeah, it's basically good and fucked at the moment. So basically when I'm getting out and about outside, if I've got Simon with me, I'm walking about bloody 2 miles an hour with my walking stick, or I'm using me granny mobile, basically my mobility scooter, and I can hands up only say I've only run one person over, and that was her fault. But getting through gaps, because they don't even give you any lessons. They just say, right, this is the thing, that's for backwards, that's for forwards, and away you go. Well, yeah, I've had some right fun on that. Believe me, pimp your scooter up. Yeah, once they actually get off the ass, I've been asking for weeks now. They're meant to be coming out because I've got it insured as well at the same time. I need new front need new front tires, because basically I've been out and about on it that much, they've gone bald. They've got no tread on them. Pimp my ride. Yeah, what the hell? Really? So yeah, it needs sorting out, and part of the fiberglass needs sorting out as well. So it needs a few things doing on it, and I've noticed the battery's dropped. The basically it should have been going a little bit faster. So I think it only exceeds. It doesn't exceed that much, not enough to do any damage. So even though they say you can go on the road, it's not fast enough. I only go on the road if the drop down pavement's gone. It's a freaking pain in the neck sometimes, and that is just another freaking story. Especially if cars have parts on them, and it's like, right, got to reverse, right, got to go on the road and hope I don't get freaking run over. So it's not fun. So there's things that need fixing on it, but I've just got to wait until mobility. I forgot the company, but I've got all the numbers in my phone anyway. But I've got to wait until they get back to me. So I've got to be basically stalking a few people tomorrow, bringing them up. And it's like, come on, get a move on. You might have forgotten, but I haven't. I've rung them up about 4 times, so I'm going to be bringing them up again and seeing what they're frigging playing at, because I'm not a bloody pushover. I'll be back on the phone. It's like I'm still paying for this, so I'm entitled to get this fixed, and I want it done before the pavement, gets a bit slippy. So I want, proper grip on my tires. So they better pull their finger out now. So there's a few things that need sorted, but yeah, we'll just see how it goes. What time are we on? Yeah, 5 minutes. 5 minutes warning. 5 minutes warning. And I'll just check. Where's my other phone? Hang on. I've got 2 phones. I'm just freaking at it. Okay, I'm losing my mind. Unless I put it back in my bag. Yeah, I did. So I'm going to check it again. Don't know why that's going off. I heard that as well. So it even comes under, it says Mantis Mayhem Mystery Box Spider Competition. So it's there, and I've only got 2 people that have entered. So basically that's where you put your answer. Put your answer in that box, and I'll go to it, you see. I've had somebody called Mike, and he's got Z3Q9P. That was 8 days ago, and Sarah Robinson, who's actually in this chat now. So it's only them 2 that have entered. So, like I said, 5 more minutes, and then it's tough. Because I've given people enough times. When I've been doing my videos, it has been down in the description about the competition, and I've actually said a few times during my videos about the ongoing competition. So nothing much more I can do about it. I can't physically come around and now friggin' enter it. It's not going to happen. So I've given people the opportunity, and if you don't want to do it, well, it's tough. What else have we got? Somebody has, yeah, was too far away. The thing is, I'm posting it out anyway, so it's not like they're having to part with any money. They're getting it for friggin' free. People say they've got no money, but then you do something and they're like, no. Well, like I said, that's why I'm doing a different one that's open to everybody, because normally the competitions I do, it's normally, for everybody. But this is the first one I did for as a spider. So normally if people are doing giveaways, I usually say, oh yeah, on your giveaway, I'm giving this away. So I normally do that. Yeah, somebody in New Zealand said they wanted to go for it. Yeah, I know, it's really unfortunate, but unfortunately I'm not posting in New Zealand. It's not going to happen, because basically they are not going to arrive intact. So they're basically going to deteriorate. So it's not a very good thing. You're going to send through Royal Mail? Yes, because it'll be tracked. With a live invert, it'd be tracked. You have to track it, and basically you keep an eye and you stalk them. Oh, sorry, that's what I do. It's like, come on, yous, hurry up. Hurry up. So, like I said, I've got people to think of stories. Fictional, non-fictional, can be anything they want. And basically send them to me in an email. So just see what happens. Don't blame. Yeah, exactly. Too long. What time? We've got 2 minutes to go. I'd say 2 minutes to midnight, like the Iron Maiden song, but no, it isn't. It's 2 minutes to 10:30. It's 10:30. Can't see the frigging time in these glasses. Yeah, 10:30. I can't wait until I go and get these sorted. Well, apparently, because I'm having the ladies' menopause, apparently your eyesight gets affected. So I'm like, oh, that's it. I'm screwed. It's going downhill. When I first met John had more hair. Now look what's happened.
I did. I had an afro, guys, or not a big one, but my hair was, and I used to have my afro comb stuck in it with me hat over it. Oh yeah, I've had all that.
Yeah, he had hair, but no, doesn't anymore. Bloody hell. In the early days, I used to have a frigging perm. That's how bad it were. Oh dear. 1 minute. counting down, and then I will let people know. Yeah, so basically, whoever wins, basically, if you've got me on Facebook or Instagram or my email, send me your details and I will contact you. Or if you're in any of the tarantula groups, which are on WhatsApp, you can find me on there. So, yep. So we've got to 1:30. So where's my other phone? I've moved it again. Sometimes I do this without even thinking. Oh, fudge. It's got to be old age, this. Probably, I blame my kids. I know they're not here to defend themselves, but I'm just going to say it's their fault. Yeah, put my blue phone down somewhere, and I'm not ringing it. Can't be bothered. Right, I'll go through this phone on me. Oh no, it's here. Yes, I do have more than one phone, but this is my old phone, so I just keep it as backup phone. Oh, it's other Dave, Glasgow Dave. Hello, dude. Right, I'm going to it. There's only 2 people that have entered on there, and that's Sarah and Mike, and the nearest person is Sarah. So, Sarah, you have won! Yay! And the actual amount was, oh, bloody hell, was it? I think it was 59. I'll have to look at my video now because I did actually put it down. I think it was 59 I got. Oh, it's either 49 or 59. So, it was in my video of how many I got. I got quite a few. Yeah, so contact me on Facebook or Instagram or send me a message on my email, which keeps scrolling down here. You know, it keeps flying across, and decide which one of the 3 do you want. So it could either be the Balfouri, the Apache caller, or the Florida jumping spiders. But the Balfouri is not a jumping spider, it's a tarantula, but it's a tarantula that you can keep communally. So they don't need to be kept on their own. They can basically, yeah, I've got communal of about bloody 10 in one. And I've got another communal of 5 over there. And then I've got the big female. So, yeah. So, well done, Sarah. It will be email. Don't have Insta, Facebook. Okay, that's cool. Don't blame you. Sometimes it can be a pain in the ass. What are you doing? It looks disgusting, you know. And you might be scratching your leg, but it looks wrong.
What do you mean? Sorry.
You should know by now. Any weird movements and people's minds are in the gutter. What have you put?
Can I mention as well? So have you done your thing? You know who's won?
Sarah Robinson. Sarah Robinson.
Well done, Sarah.
Yay! Like I said, there was only 2, so oh well. Doesn't matter. It's a start. So you have to let us know in the email what you want. So like I said, there's a choice out of them 3. Simple as. Oh dear, never mind. But yeah, it's all good and fun. So I was actually quite surprised because I went there and I was going to feed her, and then I looked and I'm like, there's babies. Wow. I didn't even know. So the thing is, the female, they are pretty good mothers as well. They'll actually kill the roach and she'll eat it, and the little ones would join in with her. Not like all other tarantulas where the female would probably eat her own babies. These won't. As long as they're fed well enough, they won't. So it's all good. But yeah, having problems with connection. Not good. That's the thing with my connection. I'm getting a new one, but I'm waiting. It's coming from America. My internet connection is costing me a bit, but I don't care. I'm sick of being with everybody. I'm sick of my internet dropping out. And I'm just like, nope, I've had enough. So I'm waiting. It's coming from Elon Musk. It's Starlight. It's a Starlight, or whatever it's called. That's who I've gone for. So, yeah. Because I've had everyone go in. This one's meant to be underground. Oh, yeah, you got fiber optic. Oh, yeah, it's meant to be brilliant. No, it isn't. I've had the ones where it's through BT Line, and there's another company. It could be EE, it could be TalkTalk, it can be bloody PlusNet, it could be anybody, but they're all shit. Simple as that. They're brilliant at the beginning, and then once they've got you and you can't get out of it, you have so many problems. It's mad. So I've went through everyone and never again. I mean, I first started off 9X. So 9X is my first one, and that was with the TV. That's how long. And then cable and wireless. Then it was took a long time ago. I've not had Virgin, but I've seen so many people have problems with Virgin. It's put me off for life. So yeah, you have 2 lives running. Have I? I didn't know. I don't know why the other one's gone on because I deleted it. That is very, very bizarre. I'll get rid of that one in a minute.
Who's got 2 lives going?
have
I'm live on mine.
I was going to say. Yeah, I've got a live on YouTube, and I've got a live on Facebook, and then John's running the live through his YouTube. I don't know if he's running it on anything else. If you're running it on Facebook or
No, just YouTube.
there you go. So there you go. Where's Matthew? Matthew's not well at the moment. So since people know that he's in hospital, yes, he is in hospital at the moment. I don't know whether he's got home from hospital yet or not. So I do know bits of ins and outs. But again, if he tells you, fair enough. If he doesn't, it's not come from me. Simple as that. I can't do it. It's not up to me to. And I've only said about hospital because somebody already mentioned it in chat. But yeah, it's not down to me to give you all the ins and outs because it's up to the actual person. So if he says it's okay, yeah, fair enough. So I won't. I just don't go around telling people's business because it's privacy at the end of the day. It could be, but I don't know. It could be something else. So we'll just find out, and he will let you know in his own time. If it's not on my stream, it might be on Will's. It might be on his own live stream. It might be in Nocturnal Frequencies because he was on Steve's last night, probably early hours this morning. I don't know at what time he was on because I don't know what the frig I was doing. But I have been as well in between. I've been sorting this room out, and I've sorted out one side of this room and done some plastering on the one side. It's bloody hard to plaster because I've got to be sat down. I can't be leant over. So I've been plastering, covering up the hole. That was at the I think it's the electric box there. Because basically the electric box is out in the hallway, but the other part of it, it's in this room. And because there was a bit of a gap, folks were escaping into the hallway, and Simon's like, they're getting through it. And I'm like, I did tell you there's a bloody big hole there. You need to fill it up. No. So Jackie's filled it up instead. So, yeah. Otherwise, I've done other things. I've put something to put under the door so nothing can go under the door. There was a hole there. I filled that one up. So, and I know there's no holes over there. I just knew it was there where this electric box is. So, yeah, like I said, I pulled everything out, cleaned behind there, and filled in the hole and everything. So we'll just see what happens. Oh, but this side, whoops, I keep hitting my bloody mic. But this side, I need to move some things, and I want to move some enclosures around, and I'll have a bit more room on this side. I mean, the bearded dragon's happy because I've made more room around here. She's probably looking like, wow, look at all this room. That's it. I'm a bearded dragon with a mission. So, any bugs that she's seen that's been hidden somewhere, because I had some hissers escape. Because if you don't put Vaseline on the side, they just climb up on the walls and everything, the little gits. So any that she's seen running out, she's been there like Jaws. It's like, I've seen it, and then just chases it down. It's hilarious. You can come on in a bit, Dave. I'll let you on in a bit. Didn't you watch that on Channel 5? I don't watch Channel 5. I don't have Channel 5. I don't watch it. I don't watch terrestrial TV. I think an awful lot of it is just no, thank you. I ditched terrestrial TV a long time ago, and I won't pay.
Be right back.
Yeah, okay, dude. Bloody hell, I think he's deafening everybody. But no, I wasn't paying for like the TV license and all that. And this is before all this that came out about Jimmy Savile and all the rest of the malarkey. I just didn't like it. Half of it was just, the TV was just doom and gloom. You used to sit and watch soaps. I absolutely hate them. But when you did watch them, like in the early like 90s or something daft like that, there was always a sense of humor. You could have a laugh. It was funny. Now it's serious, 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 serious all the time. And you're meant to watch all these things to escape reality. Not fun. So yeah, I thought, you know what, after watching that, I feel more depressed than I bloody started with. So I stopped watching them, just didn't want anything to do with them. And then if you have all the channels on, you find that everybody's repeat. Oh, it's a premiere. Yes, for that channel. Why am I paying for that channel when you're repeating the same crap over and over again? So I'm like, nope. Oh, yes, please. Thank you.
Right. Can I be excused now? Can I go now? Is that all right?
No, you're grounded.
Sorry for boring everyone with rubbish tonight that I've said, but there you go. Political John. But thanks for listening and engaging. Yeah, let's get Thames Water back under our control. Let's nationalise a few different things, actually. So,
Sarah, it's running across the bottom. The email. Jackie Green _3 at msn.com. Yes, it's a very, very old one, but it's still accessible. You haven't, John.
_3 msn.com. Is there even an MSN? Is that used to be a chat room thing?
Yes, I used to do the old chat rooms. I used to do the old chat rooms. I used to go in all the Yahoo chat rooms. Oh, it was brilliant. I used to go in loads of them. I only talked to a fraction, hardly anybody from the chat rooms now. I talked to some that I've been talking to for frigging years, the odd ones. But yeah, I used to go in all the chat rooms, used to talk to all sorts of people. Mind you, fair enough, we talk to all sorts of people now. But in them days, they were just mad. So yeah, I used to do that, and used to have the Yahoo one as well, and the Yahoo, the ordinary small chat bar and everything. Had all them. Yeah, been through all them. So oh bloody hell, I've had the because when I first started, I had the dial-up internet.
I think I were on Yahoo for a bit.
Yahoo chat, and there was loads. I mean, I did go on Bebo, but I found it boring, so I ditched it. There was a few of them I went on. I'm like, nah, don't like this crap. Skype, yeah, been on that, ditched that, don't bother with that anymore. What's this here? I would love to have the Black Widow spider. Well, I've got the false Black Widow. I've got one of them. It's only a false widow spider, so, and the nearest ones I've got that are kind of, there should be under the dangerous wild animal is the two six-eyed sand spiders. I've got them as well because there's no anti-venom for them, but they've not been put on the list. So I've only got two of them because
the spiders.
But yeah, when I told Simon's like, he absolutely, he was not happy. I'm like, but they're fine. But yeah,
right, you haven't, John. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm off. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Sarah. Thank you, guys, and I'll see you again. And whenever you're on, Jackie. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, have a chat with that dude. That's why I told you about him, the homeless guy.
Right. I will.
I turned around and said that he's okay now, but in the winter he's living in a tent with his dog. And I thought, no, that's not right, that. So, because they won't let him have any dwellings, to these shared places because he's got a dog. And I'm like, no, that's not fair, that. Not on.
I go past Home Bargains a lot. I haven't seen him, but I'll make sure that I'm keeping an eye out for him.
I know, I turned around and told him, I said, I'll see you next Wednesday. So whether you'll still be there on Wednesday, I don't know.
Right. I see the like Eastern European looking fatty woman doing the big issue.
She has been there for ages.
there's a busker round the corner as well or something.
Yeah, I've seen them as well.
I'll keep an eye out. I'll keep an eye out.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. God bless you all. See ya.
See you, John. Tatty bye. And he's left me. No. So I'm on my own for now. But it's all right. I am going to call it early, but not yet. Not yet. You can't get rid of me that friggin' soon. You're not that lucky, you know. So, yeah, I've been watching an awful lot of things, keeping on top of it. Then I've got pain in the neck. Because sometimes, because he's got his Xbox downstairs, because he got relegated down there, because he can shout at it when something goes wrong, like he's went over the same thing and over and over and over again. I'm like, no, you can shout at it downstairs. But he obviously watches his stuff on the TV downstairs as well, because obviously he's got his own YouTube, and I'll hear him shouting, and I'm thinking, I'm not meant to be hearing this in stereo, you know. So I do know that when John and Simon met, they got on really well, and I even turned around and told him, you two will get on really good. You both got the same political minds, so you will get on, and they do. But like I said, I've known John for a very, very long time. So it's not like somebody I just happened to, just because I've started letting him come on my lives, it was just one of them. I'd only see him there and about all the every now and again. But yeah, need a neck. I've known him since I was a teenager. Thank you, Sarah. So yeah, it's been a long time. So it probably is 30 years. No, it'd be longer than 30 years, because my oldest daughter's 36 this year. Oh, good grief, that's not fun. Yeah, my oldest daughter's 36 this year. This is not fun. No, they're evil. They're not allowed. So, yeah. But I will have a look. I would love a black belt. Well, if you want, you go to the shop and you buy a black belt. Problem solved. Okay, I'm only kidding. It's a... No, what she's won is one of 3 choices. She could either have won a Balfouri, which is basically a type of baboon tarantula, but it's only a baby. But a sling is a name for a baby spider. That's what you call them. But if it's not that, then it will be a sling jumping spider. And the 2 species that I've got are a Florida jumping spider or an Apochycola jumping spider. So she's got a choice out of one of them 3. So, it's only fair. So, yeah. And like I was saying about the stories, it just gets people more involved. Just sorting your tea. You're having your tea a bit late. Good grief, woman. It's going to lay heavy on your stomach. That's why I complained to Simon. I was sick to death having my food. The only time I get it late is if he's had to leave, go to work early. And then he's come back late. And then I've had to have my tea late. I don't like it, but there you go. Yeah, it's fine. If you want a little Balfouri, yeah, go for it. There's nothing wrong with that. I've not sent any out yet, but I've got people that are waiting, so we're all good. But this weather, some people have sent some things this week, and I'm like, no, the weather's still a bit on the toasty side. I do not want them to arrive basically cooked, which is not good on them. Not fun, not fair. Had people doing a new fence today. Oh no, we got brick walls in our back. I was going to say, have I got any fences? No, I haven't. I got brick. What? And I got a brick wall out of the front as well. What are the spiders? Why can't you have what? It's not a case of what you can't have in the UK. It's basically you're going to have a license for them. So if you have a license for them, and you've done hours, I don't know what it is with spiders because I've not looked into it, but I know people that have venomous snakes are going to do certain different classes of snakes, and they're going to know all the venoms and the things that they can do to you. and then they're going to tell you where you can get the nearest vial of venom from. But with spiders, the ones that are meant to be quite lethal, there is some, but I don't know which. I wouldn't know which ones. I mean, like I said, you have to have a license. Actually, it would be the proper Black Widow, so you'd have to have a license for it, which I don't, and I don't own one. Simple as. So if I did want to own it, I would have a license first, but I'm not interested in that. I've got as close as, and that's good enough for me. So same as me, scorpions. I mean, I know people that have got licenses to keep ones that could be basically devastating to your life, but I do not choose to keep those. I could do, but no, I don't think I'd have enough room. And yeah, I just not got an interest in that. I do appreciate the people that got them and are willing to do that. Nothing wrong with it. I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, you shouldn't do that. No, don't believe in that. If you want to keep it and you've got the licensing and you've got the space, the time, the money, then yeah, go for it. Simple as that. So yeah, a lot of these animals, they do cost an awful lot of money. So I mean, a lot of the feeders I do breed myself. So like me, my cockroaches, which I feed to the tarantulas, some of them I do actually I breed them, and they're in boxes behind, but a lot of it's got to get moved around, and it's joyful. Oh yeah, so you have to have a license for that because it's a wild animal at the end of the day. Monkeys, no, it's not worth it. Why would you do that? Because it makes it harder for the people that are doing it legally, if you know what I mean. I've got a license to keep these wild animals, but I've looked into things when I look into things about people who keep them and how they get, when they go through their sexual, I think it's after a year or something like that of life, they actually can turn on people. They can get quite aggressive. So, I mean, I already know about my other friend. He's called Simon. He's got his squirrel. And because she's going, when she goes through it and she's pretending she's nesting, even though she can't have babies, you got to keep away from her. And he says she goes really, really aggressive. So, and he can only go near her or the people that are more around her, but you have to be careful. Anybody outside, you don't. And this is in the wild as well. So, well, she is basically a wild animal, but that's what happens. Animals, they do go funny. And I do know monkeys go through it. They can turn aggressive when they get to sexual maturity. I couldn't figure the word. I knew it would come. But yeah, when they go through sexual maturity, like monkeys, some birds, they can go pretty aggressive. So you've just got to be aware. So yeah, why is I do not know. You're coming up with weird jokes now, Kieran. Right. Yeah, well, that could happen. At the end of the day, if it's got wherever she's not properly housed it. I mean, if you have an anaconda, even in this room, you couldn't keep it. The room wouldn't be big enough. As simple as that. And they're basically the thickest snakes in the world, the green anaconda, and the longest is the reticulated python. So it's just these overly sized ones I wouldn't keep because of the size of what they get. But people don't do that. They see this little snake. These are not too bad. These are just quite small anyway. But these type of pythons that I've got, the two ball pythons, they're not too bad. But ones that get to a certain size, it means it's always advisable to have more than one person there just in case you run into problems. So, yeah, by choice, I wouldn't have anything that big. I mean, I have been offered big snakes over the years, and I'm like, what type of snake is it? No. Simple as that. Oh, I've had a Burmese offered to me, and I'm just like, yeah, even if I just had one, I wouldn't have the room for it. It's just not happening. Not fun. Yeah, monkeys do have their things, but I mean, it's all right going seeing them and visiting them. But I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't own one. I think I'll just admire them either in their natural environment or maybe in a zoo, because people don't understand what some zoos do. Fair enough. Some people don't like it, but if they're declining in numbers in their natural environment, sometimes it could be the last ones they've got in the zoo. So there's a bit of a controversy. I don't know what happened to Michael Jackson's monkey. I haven't a clue. I think his monkey went a bit aggressive. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised, because like I said, when they go through that thing, when they get sexually maturity, then they can turn. So it's not a good idea. Like I said, they're great when they're little, but when they get bigger and they become mature, yeah, it completely changes. So no, simple as that. You don't want a snake. No, I've got these smaller ones, so I know what I'm doing. So, and yeah, I've been nipped by them, but a lot of it's food response. It's like, are you food? Bite. Oh, hang on. You don't taste very good. Let's spit that human out. It's quite funny, actually. What? You mean not squeeze pressure? They call it constriction. That's what they call. So basically, they do that to basically, it's basically getting suffocated. It's not a very nice way to go. But the food that they get are already frozen, so I don't feed live, and they don't. It's meant to be not allowed in the UK anyway. And if people do it, they're basically risking their snake, because if the snake gets bitten by their prey, then it's going to cost a lot of money, and it could be the end of your snake at the end of the day. So it's not worth it. And some people, if they walk, so it's like, for example, with my two corns, well, it's actually 3 corn snakes in this one. And for example, I left a live mouse with one of them. But the snake decides it's not eating because it's not hungry, it's in pre-molt. Well, that mouse could get scared and turn around and bite the snake, and it could be devastating. It's like bye-bye. So it's really not worth it. I'd rather get ones that I get from a company, but actually get mine from a friend at the pet shop, and they're already frozen. So they could have died from some sort of causes. People sometimes breed them to feed the snakes, because at the end of the day, they can have several babies, mice and rats. So yeah. And then, but I've had pet rats and pet mice, and no, I wouldn't feed my own pets to them, because I think it's wrong. Because to me, I would have an emotional attachment to them. So yeah. And that's something I couldn't do. Oh, I've got a pet mouse. Oh, right, they've died. I'm going to feed it to them. No, it'd be buried in the garden. Simple as that. No frigging way. Wouldn't happen. Would not happen. So, Dave, you want to come on for about half an hour, because then I'll be calling it. But if not, I'm going to be calling it soon, because I've got some jumping spiders to feed. I don't know what the bugger and hell this fly's doing. I think it's dying, actually, this fly. Because apparently flies only live up to about a month, and then they just die. Simple as that. Thank goodness. So, yeah, this fly's landed, so... Hello, Dave. Other Dave, Glasgow Dave. You right, dude? So, if you want to come on, you're coming on for half an hour, whether you like it or not. But then after that, I'd be calling it, because I've got feedings to do before I go to bed. What was the jumping spiders, Jackie? Sorry for being a pain. No, you're not a pain, because I'm not left yet to check, you numpty. There was the Apache-Cola or the Florida. I've got Islas, but they're not ready yet. They are so tiny. Yes, I know you do. Good grief, woman. The Patchicolas, and I've got the Floridas. Like I said, the Islas, they're not ready. I need them to get a bit bigger because they are pretty small. Let's find this. Where's me? My StreamYard. Du-du-du-du-du. Yeah, got it. We do this. You want a duck? Well, you can get the toilet ducks, but I suppose that's the wrong type of duck. I'd have things like that, but it wouldn't be big enough and it just wouldn't be fair. It would be nice, but you just think of size and how much work it puts into it. And then obviously if they need to be outside, then you've got to provide like a heating for that. But it's like, let's see. No, no way. I will not. So yeah, I think I'd just rather go and pet them somewhere. So you're right, Dave.
Hello, Jackie. Hey, I'm just turning the TV down because I don't know what it is because I've got you on the big screen, right? Now, I've got one of these smart televisions, and it's, as the saying goes, never, don't give. What is it they say? What do you call it? Artificial intelligence is no match for natural stupidity. Well, it's no match for me. Never give a smart TV to an idiot. I'm just Jackie. Seriously, I shouldn't tell jokes at my own expense. But to be fair, see this thing, it's terrible. See, I put you can change the AV. So I changed the AV to the Fire Stick.
Yeah.
So I changed that, right, and then I go and I get that all plugged in, and if I hit the wrong button, it goes on to this thing, this Disney thing. And I need to hit the wee house button. I have to get back, and then I have to. It's just a nightmare.
Oh yeah, they've all got that. They've got all these buttons, and you press the wrong one, and then it's like Netflix goes on. No, I don't want bloody Netflix. This is not YouTube.
It's an absolute nightmare because it's like and I bought these headphones and I didn't think they worked because I got them at Argos, right? And they're Sony, and I opened them up, and I need headphones because when I'm going to the gym, I need something that's. If I'm on an exercise bike, 5 minutes might not seem like a long time, but what I do is I just break up 5 minutes, wait a couple minutes, get back on and dinner. But see if you get nothing to listen to, it's like it doesn't matter how easy it is. It could be just as easy as anything, just boring. So I just put it on my phone and I listen to music through the YouTube. And I've got into like house music. I don't know it's this. I don't know if it's AI, but it's really cool.
No.
And I listen. I don't know what it is, but I listen to that.
It's all right. You listen to the odd old stuff, but I wouldn't listen to it. No.
The only problem I've got is if you put the phone in your shorts pocket and it hits the wrong button, you have to take it back out, you have to replay it, and it's like I want to get one of these things where you can. It doesn't, it's a protector to stop if you're hitting the screen. As soon as you hit the screen, it just turns the video off and means you don't have any music. Plus, there's the added fact that if it runs out of music, it doesn't go into the next track. It just, and then you get an advert, and you're half like 3 minutes on a site on it. Oh no, fucking advert! And it's like, and it's always the stupid adverts that you get in YouTube, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't watch them. I pay for premium.
Oh, how much is that?
I don't know. I can't remember. I just let it come out on the account. I just pay for it because I was sick to the adverts. I see Simon when he puts the adverts on. I'm like, how many adverts? Oh my god! I feel like I'm getting tortured, and they're not even where we used to see all the comical adverts. Like you'd see like Hoffmeister and what was it, Castlemaine 4X, or the cigarette ones. I used to like the one that used to have what's his name now, Russ Abbott, and you play Des O'Connor's bloody records, and you put it in the water, and you'd see them all jumping out because of how bad his music was. I used
to love the Biro adverts, not for the flour. Remember when one guy had Biro, the flour? No, the guy would make the cake, And one
Yeah.
guy would have hero, and it would be really light and fluffy. And one guy would throw the other stuff in, and he would make these cake out of stuff that wasn't made out of biro flour, and the duck
Yeah.
would sink. And then he'd throw the biro. It's madness. Do you remember the Solvite adverts for the wallpaper paste, where you would get the guy and he would stick him in a suit, and they'd wallpaper paste the suit?
Oh,
as
yeah. Just a control wall, yeah.
I think
Oh,
it
I
was
remember
so
that. I
Yeah.
remember all the Dulux adverts. And eventually you see the bloody Dulux dog doing the wall, painting the walls like, do. And I'd be like, yeah, I need to get one of them dogs just to do that for me.
And here, that's what we used to call them. Then, I mean, for years we used to call them the Dulux dogs.
Dulux dogs, yeah.
What was their official name?
Oh, I forgot the name of them now. Not St. Bernard. What the fuck are they called now? I forgot the
I
name.
think they're Old English. I think they're called Old English sheepdogs.
Something like that, yeah. Something like that, yeah.
I've never heard of it.
I remember an uncle having one of them, and I remember them like nearly knocking me flying by, just jumping up and putting his paws on my shoulder, but like, ah! It'd be funny. Anybody remembers the shaking back? Yes, I remember the shaking back.
The shaking back for the freshness back.
And I was like, oh,
does anybody actually ever use that anymore?
Shaking back, not that particular one. It's more, it's bloody.
Everybody's got flooring now. They know laminate. So most people. I don't know anybody that's got carpets in their house anymore.
But I'm getting rid of it though. It was carpets are already here, but we've got nothing to put on it. This is all like what do you call it? That wood stuff already in here. But we need to put some stuff. We want to sort some stuff, but it all needs taking up. But Simon's not a DIYer; he's a DI don't doer. He doesn't do it.
I was going to say you could get yourself a magic carpet.
It's not that bloody magic. I'm not flying anywhere.
See, you get a magic carpet, right? And get Simon and put a turban on him. He could be like Aladdin.
No, it's not going to happen.
I remember years ago.
It'll take off without him. If he sat there wanting to go on this carpet, the carpet, bugger that, I'm on.
My nephew years ago was on a bus, and there was a guy, and he had a turban on, and he was walking past the bus. And my wee nephew turned around and looked, hey, look, Nana. He was with my grandmama at the time. And, hey, look, Nana, Aladdin. You can't say that about a person that's got a turban on. It's pure racism. And I'll never forget the time.
People have got no sense of humour because it didn't matter what colour you are or where you came from. You would laugh at each other. But now, if you say it, you get called a racist or you're saying something this. And it's like, really? Nobody's got a sense of humour. It's so stupid. It does my head in. You can laugh at your friends, say it the absolute piss, but you just say something as a joke. People normally bloody laugh, but no, you say it. Oh no, you're attacking that person with words. Wow, no.
And yet people. I know, but my nephew was on the bus once with my mum and his granny, mama, and her husband, his dad, and it was a Pakistani bus driver. And turns out that me nephew says, "I want to be a bus driver, son." And my sister's husband, his dad, turned around and went, "There's a Pakistani bus driver," and he turned around and says, "You know the right colour, son."
Oh.
I mean, can you imagine saying that to like a 5-6-year-old kid?
I know, you can't.
I never liked him. Anyway, to be fair, he was just a prick. I was at judo tonight, and he was just your stereotypical kind of squaddy prick. You get people and bad people out there that are squaddies, and you can imagine, you've had backgrounds in the army, so you've probably met. There's lots of good guys in the army, but you've probably met the pricks as well.
There's always some people, and you're like, do one.
Aye, I just never liked him. Not a very nice one.
Oh, yeah.
I don't stand every time I go to judo, somebody else gets a different belt. I mean, it's like people going from like yellow to orange and orange to green, and I'm stuck on a white belt. But they said to me, like, I mean, I'm actually a red now, but it's only because of technicality. Because when you apply for your license, you automatically get a red anyway. And one of the guys at the class was like, "Well, people don't really wear a red because the only difference between a red belt and a white belt is somebody that's basically, would you call it, somebody that's like, got a license." And it's true, really. You don't actually do a full grading for. But I mean, if I was to go for my yellow, I mean, I've only been doing it a month, but if I was to do it for my yellow, I'd be like, I'd be going for a white to a yellow.
But I went up to, I forgot what it was. I think it was purple, something like that. But I went through several different belts. But I did bloody kickboxing when I used to do it. It's like 3.5 years. So I was doing it for a while. And then I was doing it, first of all, I was doing it twice a week. Then it went to, hang on, just going in. Then it went to, twice a week. Then it went to 3 times a week. And then it went to 4 times a week. So I was going a lot and putting a lot of hours in. So, but then eventually I got really, really ill and had to stop. And then I broke one wrist. I broke my right wrist. But it wasn't too bad. Then I broke my left wrist, and that's where the problem started. So it was not fun. And I've been told I'm not allowed to go back to it. So it's like, really? That was how I was losing weight. I was active because I was constantly on my feet all the time doing something. So it was annoying because I just found normal working out was boring. It bored me to tears. So doing that, it was fun, and you're interacting with other people. You were sparring with other people. It was fun. You'd have a laugh.
How old are you? Right, I'm 51. You're what, 50 something?
I'm 54 this year.
So what age were you when you started doing the kickboxing?
Oh shit! I would have been in my early 30s.
And you did that for 3.5. I mean, but the thing is, like, are you originally from Oldham? You live in Oldham, but you're from there originally?
No. No. I moved here when I was about 14, something just like that. But as I was saying to people, I'm an army brat, so I was born in Salisbury, Wiltshire, in the army. But then we've lived in other places. I can't remember all the places that we lived in. I've only go on from pictures and what I've been told. I remember living in West Germany. I remember living in Camberley, Surrey. But when my dad left the army, we lived in Morven in Worcestershire, and then from Morven to Worcestershire, we moved up here. So, we moved about a bit, and then I didn't stay in one house. I moved around a few times, and now we're in this house. And this house, Simon owns it, so it's a private house.
So, how long have you've been there for? Quite 10 years. You've been there for a few years,
I've been in this house. Was it 2018? I moved to this house. I think it was
8 years. I've been in my house for 27 years.
Oh bloody hell!
I've been in here when I'm 51. I get my tenancy, I think, when I was 23, 24. And I've been here ever since. I'm the longest person in my close. You kind of like, with tenements are like kind of called closes. So there's like 9 people. And I'm the longest up here. I've been here for 27 years.
Bloody hell. So I've been in this house a while. But the house that I lived in, which was basically a council house, I was in there for about a good 10 years. But that house was awful. Not because of the estate or anything. It was just the energy in that house was awful. I was glad I had to get away from that. I couldn't stay in the house any longer.
Did you not say that the last house was haunted, but the one you're in now is haunted as well?
I reckon it's mainly around Simon a lot. I reckon it's something to do with him. I think there's some sort of attachment. But then I do know, I mean, this is an old cotton mill house. And obviously, I think this house was in 1910, I'm a liar. 1910, 1911. But the next door, but I don't think they were all semi-attached at the time. But next door, her house is older. So I don't know how it went. But I've still got down at the bottom of the garden, I've still got the 2, what the fudge are they? The 2 sheds. And one of them would have been the coal shed, and the other one would have been the outside toilet. That stuff. The toilet's not in it, but that the part of the bottom, the hole are where it were, but it's been filled in though. But still part of the hole. What's these little flies that bugger off?
I was going to say,
it's still there.
I was going to say, Joe, Jack, you might have a fart if it's a toilet involved. You might have a farting ghost.
Oh, I don't know, but I do know. I know my next door neighbour. She said she's seen orbs in her house, which I wouldn't be surprised because it was a family house. It used to be her granddad's house, so she's got it from her granddad. And then they moved in to look after him. And then eventually when he passed away, they got it. And she's done the house up. She's done the house up really beautifully. So I do know that. And the next door neighbours, I don't know how long they've been in their houses, but I know both ladies are both 95 years old. So I do talk to them. So yeah, 95 years old is a bloody good age.
Your neighbour is 95 years old.
Both neighbours, there's two. Both ladies, both of them are 95.
Goodness me, man.
Yeah.
I think I was lucky to get to 51, Jackie.
I know, they've been trying to kill you off for years, haven't they?
I think when I go to judo, I've got a target in the back of my head. Did I tell you what happened today with the night? Right, I thought I'll go to Edinburgh and come back in the bus. I had plenty of time, Jackie. Plenty of time. My judo starts at 19:45. Wait for this, right?
Yes.
So I gets to Buchanan Street bus station at about 20 past. I'd say about maybe about 6:30, 20 to 7.
Yes.
And it goes from Buchanan Street down to Buchanan Street subway. Then I gets on the train, and the train comes in, and it's like it's waiting and waiting and waiting, and I'm like, what's happening? The train driver says, "Oh, we're stuck at the red light. Will we be going soon?" So I'm waiting and I'm waiting. I was stuck at the red light because something is on the track, and we're waiting and we're waiting. 20 minutes it took him to say there's a train at Partick which is broken down, and everybody went nuts. It's like, what, you couldn't have just, if you'd have said that for the start, we could have just left the train. So that was up to 45 minutes before my judo lesson. So I gets off and I walks up to Hope Street, which is about maybe a 2/10 of a mile. Out of breath, I'm waiting in the bus. 12 minutes passed. The bus doesn't show up. I wait for it. I jumps a taxi because there's that many roadworks where we are, and the council didn't just do one roadwork. They've done 5. They've done 5 within all of the same area. So I jumps a taxi. And I get stuck in traffic, and I said, look, let me out here. I ended up having to walk home. Buchanan Street bus station is about 1.4 miles away from where I live. I can walk it in 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't need to rely on that, because they've got the motorway at Charing Cross, which is that road that you go left under it, that's blocked. So the buses have to take a detour. When I'm getting on Maryhill Road to get the number 61 to go through to go into the city centre, I just go around the corner and get the bus on Great Western Road, because there's no point. The bus takes forever. When it does get there, it takes forever to get to wherever it is you're going to, so there's no point. It's a fucking nightmare. So I gets into the house, I gets my judo uniform, puts it in my hold all. I managed to get my water bottle and all the rest of all that sorted out, and I've managed to just get to the judo class, and the instructor was late. And I was there before he was, but I was late as well. And it was a full class, and normally you do randori, and then you kind of throw people into the mat, and then you get thrown. Because there was that many, it was like a full house. They never had enough mats put down, you know what I mean? So I kind of missed out in a bit, but it didn't bother me. But, you know, as I say, there was a couple of people get presented with one. It was 2 got an orange, and one's been bumped up for an orange. There's 2 been bumped for yellow up to orange, and there's one's been bumped up to for orange to green. And that's quite a jump, because orange is a hard belt to get. I think yellow is quite hard, but you know, I struggle with the ground techniques, the wrestling and stuff. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, what do I do here? I don't know what I'm doing. I need somebody to teach me. And they kind of moved to different.
I was pretty good at the kickboxing and everything, but damn, do I miss it? Oh my days, I miss it like mad. Oh,
I need to use the toilet, Jackie. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, he's going to the little boys' room. That's where he's going. Like that green on you, well, Dave. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm not allowed to do any of that. It's like, really? So they want me to, I need to lose weight, but how can I? I can't do this, that, and the other. You can't bloody make it up. It does me head in. And it's not like, I mean, not once on screen have I sat there, I'm like, so just can't be bothered. Yeah, it is. It is. I can't remember. What do you want, Sarah? Is it a Balforia or a jumping spider? Man, you probably said it in me email. But like I said, just let us know. And then I'll post it out next week. So, yeah. I'm going to be 54 this year. It's bloody, I'll tell you.
I mean, have you ever seen a ghost, Jackie?
I've heard things and kind of experience. I've seen things like shadows and stuff like that. It's not very nice. You can experience it. Sometimes people have feelings, or you can find people who've got more of an open mind. Or I've seen bloody like really blacker than black shadows. That's horrible. Okay, Sarah, I've seen things like that, but I've heard things here. But in that other house, that house was a different bloody story. It was really, really bad.
I've heard different things, and I remember there was a woman I knew when I was driving taxis, and I kind of was pals with her for a while, and she was saying that there was a house in East Kilbride. She says, if I ever still pals with you, she says, whenever I get the opportunity, I'll take you to this house in East Kilbride. And she says, it's this one bedroom. Yeah. And she says, it's a new build. And that, which is quite unusual for a new build to be haunted.
Yeah, but it's not the actual. It might not always be the house. It could be the land. It could be anything.
That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't always go like that.
And she was saying it was one of the back bedrooms. And she was saying that when she went in the bedroom, she could really feel one of these, this evil feeling. I picked up a woman when I was driving taxis. Have you ever heard of a man called Alistair Crowley?
Crowley, yes, I've heard of it. I know he had a place in Cornwall.
Yeah. In Scotland? Yeah. He had one in Scotland. He had one in Sicily, in a place called, I think it was Kefaloon or somewhere in Sicily. But he had one near Loch Ness, and he was nicknamed as the other Loch Ness monster. And basically what happened, he was a Satanist, and he tried to do this satanic thing called the Abramelin of the Mage. And it was one of those satanic things where even the people that came up with it wrote and said, do not attempt this. And one of the authors was saying, one of the people that was doing the documentaries, that's like a red flag to Alistair Crowley. He's like, I'm going to do this. And he needed a house that painted faced north and, fine river sands. And it was a real deal. Somebody said that when he did this ceremony, he says it was like there was no curtains up or anything. Like he says it was this room, and it was like you had to fast and you had to do certain things. You really had to really concentrate. And it was at one point where the room that had the most light in it, he says it was that dark with demons. He says you couldn't see. You needed a light to see. That's how much it was really, really bad. And I spoke to a woman that I picked up, and it was her husband. Her father was pals with Page. Jimmy Page bought Boleskine House.
Yeah, I know about that.
And Jimmy Page allegedly found one of Alistair. He was right into Alistair Crowley, and he allegedly did a ritual in the house, and it brought a lot of bad luck on Led Zeppelin, seemingly. But the person that they asked to watch the house was a guy called Malcolm Dent.
Yeah.
And it was actually his son's wife I picked up, and she lives in Ballanark in Glasgow. And I was talking to her about it. I says, I've read a wee bit about Alistair Crowley. And she was saying that she learned a lot through her husband, Malcolm Jr. And he says, we've actually still got the plans for Boleskine House in our house right now. When I was sitting outside our house, we were just sitting in a chat before she got out the car. He says, we've actually got the plans for Boleskine House in our house right now. I says, what was it like when did you ever find out about, did your husband ever say anything about what his dad said about the house? And he went, he says, everything that was in that documentary, the things that happened to him, he can't talk about what happened with what's his name, Page, or anything like says. But there was a time when in the documentary where Malcolm Dent was explaining that he was in the house one night and he was in the bedroom and he heard this noise outside the door, and it was like a bowling ball kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then the door kept kind of, something was trying to get into the door, and he sat there and he was literally trembling with fear. And he says there was this presence in this room, and he says the hatred that was in this thing. He says this thing wanted me dead. He says I could taste the hatred. He says eventually he got up and he opened the door and there was nothing there. There was nobody in the house. And he says that genuinely did happen, because I spoke to the wife and the husband, and when she says that, Malcolm Dent Jr. did say, that did actually happen. That actually did happen. And he says, and it's one of the most, I mean, can you imagine that happening? You're in a house on your own. You know that the history of that house, you know that it's been owned by Crawley, you know that Page and Jimmy Page has owned that property. And the irony is, Jimmy Page actually owns a house called the Tower House. And it's right next door. It's right next door to Robbie Williams. They two have actually had a court case because Robbie Williams was digging under his house and he got plans to get a basement and all the rest of it. And Jimmy Page is like, "No, I'm going to fight this because this will affect us." And Robbie Williams won.
Well, they can do, because it affect the foundations of the house.
Aye, but seemingly he was able to prove that in a very ticket court. Robbie Williams won, and Jimmy Page, who's the lead singer, the guitarist for Led Zeppelin, was big rivals with Pink Floyd years ago.
Yeah.
And Robbie Williams was playing Pink Floyd right next to, because he stayed right next door, and Robbie Williams was big Pink Floyd just to annoy him. But seemingly they two have had a bit of a spat together. They've had two good pals. But seemingly that house that Jimmy Page is in, it has got a lot of history behind it as well. Without getting into too much detail, seemingly there's a lot of history in that house. It's a listed building. I think they call it the Town House. I went to London on a day trip. I was down there for a couple of days, and I'd done a video. I went down and I was like, "This is right," and you can actually see the house. You can see more of Jimmy Page's house than you can of Robbie. Well, Robbie Williams is merry a kind of, the actual gate is like, it's like Fort Knox. It's like, that gate just says you're no getting in. The trees and the bushes says, "Please keep away." Whereas Jimmy Page's house is just like, you know what I mean? It's just, you can see it. But Jimmy Page has been on the block for years. I mean, you're talking the 1960s. Led Zeppelin were about 60s and 70s. But you like Slipknot, didn't you?
Yeah, but I like them as well. I mean, you got your older rock. It's got to start from somewhere, I like all sorts of metal and heavier stuff. It's just, I like a variety.
I tried Slipknot. I don't know, I just can't really get into them, really. Is Slipknot more seen as the kind of like hard rock or mild rock or soft rock, whatever?
Yeah, I like a variety of black metal and alternative and all sorts. I do like.
Do you like Rammstein?
Who? Rammstein.
Rammstein.
Yeah.
I don't like them. I just think that, I mean, listed something German. I'm like, I don't speak German. I don't speak German.
I don't speak German, but I do like it. But you do start learning it as well, so it's pretty good. I like it. So let's have a look. But yeah, that's it. You just don't know the full history of everything. So I don't know what was on this land beforehand. And obviously there was cotton mill, so even if there was loads of death-related accidents in these mills, because obviously children were working in them as well.
That's the thing. I mean, a lot of these buildings, right? It's like, I remember you watching the video where you did the canal and you were walking down and it was like a canal and it was like an old mill. I think we were feeding the swans, you and Simon. I can't remember.
Oh,
you were just
I remember that canal. Yeah, I think it was a mill. I think it was
something like that. But a lot of these old mills have been made into houses now, and I can only imagine that some of them may have, supernatural things.
Will be.
Probably, I don't know. I can only imagine. But
Damn, Jimmy Page is 82 years old.
that's man.
Grief.
Fuck, he's older than fucking Donald Trump. Donald Trump's 80.
And he's still got all his mind, just about.
I don't, do you like Donald Trump? I don't know much about him. Are you a Trumpy person?
I think he's okay, but Simon's big on politics. He watches a lot, even before he became president. So, yeah. Yeah, I do remember Sid and Kelly Osbourne being together, but they split up. So I do know about it. So I've been watching about it, but it's just how much Kelly Osbourne. She was with Sid from Slipknot. But they were together, but they split up. But it was not long. But she's lost an awful lot of weight. A hell of a lot of weight. She's.
But yeah, I don't think they're very well. I mean, I know Kelly. I know the Ma's quite ill as well. You can tell that it's no nice when you see people that are ill. You know what I mean? You know,
it's been about a year since Ozzy died now, and it's like, damn, that's going quick. I'm like, really, a year? But it is. It's gone so frigging quickly. So, yep. Yes. I mean, Kelly, she used to be a plump teenager. I mean, that was all puppy fat and stuff like that. When you're growing up, you get children, they're like, got all this fat. It doesn't matter how much they don't eat. They just, then they just hit that stage and they're just like, that's it, lose a lot.
They just end up looking like Easter eggs for your legs.
No, but she's not. No, she's lost an awful lot of weight. So whether it's illness or anything, because it's not through doing the diet. I forgot what it's called now.
No, she
has lost a lot of weight. But I don't know. It's a lot going on. So whether it's an illness, it could be anything. You just can't sit there and speculate on a person's how a person is. You just don't know. I don't know the ins and outs. People speculate and say it's this, that, and the other, and it's just like, really? But yeah, some people, they want to be skinny, but they're skinny, and then there's
there's. I mean, do you know who I think looks really too skinny? See that Ariana Grande?
Yeah, I don't like her, but I know her. She's lost a lot of weight.
No, she looks unhealthily skinny.
Yeah, she does.
You know, you see celebrities and you think, my goodness, that's scary.
It's like a stick on legs, basically. And you're like, yeah, they're skinny, and then they're just far too skinny, and it does not look healthy. It really doesn't look healthy.
I know. I mean, I remember, was it some celebrity died because of that? It was anorexia. I'm trying to think of the name of her. Harlem's own Big Brother, she died of that. Was it Nikki Graham?
I did originally, even though I didn't like him, because Simon knows I sits and curses them. But I know the singer of the Carpenters, she died from anorexia.
Yeah, was it Karen Carpenter? She died of that. But, I mean, it's sad.
Yeah, she died from it.
But somebody said to me, it's not the anorexia that necessarily kills you, it's the complications. Because if you lose weight,
it's all your internal organs, isn't it? They deteriorate. So basically, they start shutting down. And once they start shutting down, there's not much you can do about it.
Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of these kind of things are like fucking... It's weird when you think about it, because at the end of the day, somebody on screen says about some like weight loss injection. I'm like, look, if you...
Yeah, I know about the weight loss injection, but I don't think I don't think they're still taking them. It's something else is going on. I know some people say they have, some people say they haven't. I don't know. But the thing is, no, you can't sit and speak.
I don't think to be fair, it may just be one of the things where, as you say, she kind of get older and you kind of do lose. Some people do lose weight when they get older because they're young.
Oh, no. Kelly Osbourne's younger than me, and she's younger than you, so it's something else, but we just don't know. It's something. Exactly, Sarah. It could be anything, so I do not know. I just don't want to sit there and speculate, because people will say, oh, it's definitely this. Yes, it is. No, it bloody isn't. Don't sit there and guess. You need to look at it properly. If she tells you directly, actually it's this, then yeah, and it's come from the horse's mouth. But then you're going to watch. It's not all this AI crap. I don't know whether you've noticed, but now you can do settings to make sure that doesn't come up in your feed now on YouTube. I've seen something. Apparently, you can way of blocking it, and it's like good. Because some of it's funny when people do something funny, but a lot of it is all this AI, and I'm like, yeah, I do not like this. This is not right.
I don't trust AI, and I'll tell you why I don't trust it. I think AI will eventually take over. I was talking to my sister. She's a mad Christian. What do you call these people? These eschatology, these end time people. I know she goes on about this AI.
And then there's some people that go over the top, and it's just like, no.
Nuts. But she thinks that the AI, right, and all these holograms that you see now, she reckons that she said something about somewhere, I can't remember where it says something about the Bible, that he has a wound, he's wounded to death, and then he's brought back to life, the beast kind of thing, the Antichrist, whatever. And she just goes on going, that somebody's going to shoot somebody, they're going to be brought back to life, and then she thinks that the hologram and the internet and AI is all going to kind of work together with a cashless society and digital ID and brain chips and micro RFID chips to really pull us right into a matrix where we can't really get out. And even if you take the religious aspect out of that, Jackie, I genuinely think that's the road we're going down, and it's fucking scary.
Yeah, there is an awful lot of shit you're just not too sure about. The thing is, what people don't realise is when you watch these movies and you think, oh, it's brilliant, I enjoyed it, they don't realise they're actually trickling information to you slowly. It's doing it slowly, where you think, oh yeah, that's, but they do it, not what they're doing in the movies eventually happens in real life, and you just think, yeah, this is good, this is progress in the movie. It isn't. They're trickling their information another way, and you just don't realize. It's when you sit and look at it and it's like, wow, we was already told this was going to happen.
The scary thing is with conspiracy nuts is quite no with everybody, but there's a few things that they've said that's came true, and that's the irony. It's like people say, oh, you're a conspiracy nut, and it's like, well, you mean all the conspiracies that seem to constantly coming true all the time?
Exactly.
There's a lot of things where people say this is going to happen, and people, and then it happens, and then it's like, and then you say, but we told you so, and then they just get ignored. It's like, right, blah, 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 blah. And then they move on to the next thing, and this is going to happen. People go, that's all what I know, and then it happens, and it's like, how many times does it have to be said that this is happening? I've told you it's happening, and you just ignore me, and then all of a sudden it happens, and it's like, well, it's nuts. It's like telling people not to cross the road when there's a bus coming. It's like, there's a bus coming. No, there's no.
Run over. That's it.
If you run over and I tell you there's a bus there, well, that's not really my problem. And it's the same with all the other things as well. I just feel I don't trust governments anymore. I really don't. I've never really trusted them. I just always thought that most politicians are just front men for companies. So they are. They're told that's it. Energy companies, all these people, they're just front men. They just get told what to do. They're bought and paid for by corporate people. Look at America. Look at all the different lobby groups. You get your cheeseburger lobby. Years ago, you had the tobacco lobby, you had the alcohol lobby, the cheeseburger lobby. I know people laugh at that, but they did. Fast food company had lobbyists that would go in and say, right, we'll give you so much money if you vote against people trying to get laws passed that will prevent us from making people fat.
Yeah. And
people say to their congressman, look, you need to pass this fucking law that tells people that, tells these fast food companies, don't sell these burgers because they're making people fat, or put a warning on the burger kind of thing, like eat responsibly. And it's like, and then you'll get a big fast food company saying, oh, by the way, we'll give you $500,000 if you vote against that. And it's like, if that's no corruption, what is, Jackie?
Oh, I know. Well, this country is corrupted as it is. Like I said, we've got our sugar tax. I mean, really, we're going to get taxed on sugar. So basically our food's going to get smaller. We're going to get less for it, but everybody's going to get screwed over for it. Brilliant.
Well, I know. Because they know it's possible, but it's highly improbable. It's like my itch with my feet. I mean, I've got an itch that sometimes comes up, and it's like, was it Sarah says the question is who is really running our government? That's the big question. Who is running the government? When you start looking at I look at the policies and you think, where are these policies coming from? Who decides these policies?
I know.
And who's at the steering wheel? And that's the thing. You look at every single political party. You've got policy advisors. You've got people saying you need to do this. And who's telling the government what to do? Because it's not the people, Jackie. Because if it was the people, do you honestly think this country would be in such a state if it was the people telling the government what to do?
Like I said, a lot of the things that used to be done, it's just, I mean, I was talking to somebody and I said, you know what, I remember the days that Royal Mail actually used to come twice a day. You have your first class and your second class. You don't even have that anymore. The post has gone up and the service has gone down. So shit. Simple as that. You used to really rely on, you used to be like, yeah, they're brilliant. Oh yeah, they would definitely come. Now, you can't freaking rely on them. Go on.
Do you remember when a first class letter was guaranteed if you post it on a Monday, it was guaranteed to get there the next day?
Oh yeah, I know.
But if you post it Monday, it's not guaranteed to get there the next day. It's like Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, Thursday, and it's like, by the way, I'm paying double for a first class stamp. That's why I don't even buy first class stamps now. I really don't. Unless I'm sending something that might be a bit heavy, I might go in and say, look, no, I need this weighed, and how much is it going to cost me? Can I just to send it through the mail? But if it's just a basic letter, like a card or whatever that's going to the country or whatever, there was one time I sent a letter. It was not a letter; it was a card with a gift card thing in it. And my sister sent me a message saying, "You sent that second class."
Yeah.
And I had to first because it's no just the weight now; it's how big the card is. So it's length, width, depth, and weight. And I had to pay for it. She didn't bother, but it's just, see this first, it's not even miserable. It's like, if it's going to take 3 days to get there, I might as well just put a second class fucking stamp on it.
Yep.
I
bet you before the end of the year, I bet you Royal Mail will put the postage up again for Christmas. But there's no point sending out a Christmas card to your loved ones. No, unless you take it directly to them in person. Because if you put it through the post, you will not get it. I've noticed in the last 2 or 3 years, the amount of Christmas cards I used to get, and I'd send them out and people wouldn't get them, they've gone down. And it's nothing to do with people sending digital cards. No, it's basically they do not see them as a priority. It's stupid. They are not a priority anymore. So if you send a Christmas card and you send it in the month of December, doesn't matter if it's before the cutoff date, it is not guaranteed to get there in the same month. And that's if you get it.
I used to use that excuse for my sister that lives in Australia and Adelaide. I'd be like, sorry, man, the Christmas card would arrive in the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd of January, but I posted it. Sorry, they don't guarantee it's going to get there before Christmas. I posted that on the 1st of December and it's going to get there a month later. I mean, that's why I sent you. Was it a Christmas card? And I sent you the Christmas card.
Yeah, November. And I was confused because it came on my birthday, and I'm like, hey, this is confusing. Legs.
I know I was scratching I know I keep forgetting I'm sitting with my but I'll go under the covers.
Excuse me.
Sorry. Wait a minute, something's underneath here. What is it?
No. Yeah, that's the weirdest thing you find in your bed.
Well, actually, I was measuring my chest of drawers because I went into the British Heart Foundation today,
that's what they all say.
I went into. No, I wasn't using it for that. No, thank you, Jackie. I just put 2 and 2 together, and I realised what you were saying. Yeah, that's just your mind, Jackie.
No, I'm sorry, but if you find a tape measure in your bed, I'm sorry, it's just bloody logical.
I was measuring this because I went into the British Heart Foundation.
Yeah.
And I seen that they had wardrobes, and I don't have any wardrobes. It's all just chest of drawers I've got. Yeah. And I've got one of the things that you get in the storerooms in the shops, the hangers, and it's like a big pole and it's on wheels.
The metal ones, and they are rubbish.
So I need a wardrobe. I was going to get 2, but I don't know if I could. I'd need to move everything out to get them in, I think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're better off just with a chest of drawers and one wardrobe. I mean, I've got 2. What I used to have 3
I'm actually going to
wardrobes.
get 2 wardrobes, but they're £100 each, and I don't know how much they would cost to actually get them posted. To be fair,
I don't know. Depends on where you're getting it
Postage
from.
is what,
Because
like,
if
the
they're
delivery-
delivering it to you, you got to find out whether they can do delivery for you. See,
aye, it's £20 I think per item. I think.
that's all right then.
My
Sorted.
feet are itching. But aye, it's £100 each. But what the two of the ones that I sold.
Have you?
No, I've got primary. I've got pruritus. It's like the bile
Oh yeah,
acid.
you've also got problems with your bloody liver as well, haven't you? So
That's why I
that
look.
doesn't
That's
help. So
why.
you get issue with that as well.
That's why I look like Homer Simpson.
I don't know. You don't look. I mean, you look yellow, but not as yellow than normal because you've looked worse.
I know. I can't. I should have a big chart with yellow on it. See what shade I'm the day. I don't need to wear yellow makeup as long as I don't look Chinese. I'm all right.
I'm saying nothing. I am saying absolutely
I
nothing.
was going to say, but yeah, because I was just. But they were both sold. The ones I wanted were sold.
Say that again.
The ones I wanted were sold.
What's that? Oh, drawers.
The wardrobes.
Oh yeah, wardrobes. I mean, I've had a brilliant wardrobe, and then Simon came along, and it just was a disaster. And I'd moved a few times and managed to get it put together, and it was brilliant. And Simon came along, and yeah, it wasn't brilliant anymore. And it was a triple wardrobe, and it was solid pine. It were brilliant. I didn't have a cheap one either. So yeah, this one that he got me from Argos that he put together, he put badly together. So I need new wardrobe. So yeah,
I've got to admit, though, Jackie, you're not very lucky when it comes to getting a man that knows how to put things together.
he's fired. I can't do as much DIY because my wrists are fucked. I bloody broke both of them, so it's no good.
Well, I could read too much into that, but I won't.
Fuck off. Simple as that. Simple as that. I will just tell you straight. I will tell you straight.
I didn't think you could say that straight. I didn't think you could say that with a straight face.
I know you're not straight.
I know that. But I'm weird. Like, I need to go to the gym to increase my strength, but it's difficult. I've got fucking scratch spots everywhere because I'm constantly scratching, but I don't know what. Who's this moon over Miami?
Oh yeah, I know him. I've known him for quite a while. He's on the bug, but he's all right.
Who's the other one?
Who's that? Which
I
one?
can't read that.
Good grief, woman.
Oh,
Adrian. It says Adrian, UK geographer.
Oh, right. I was wondering who he was.
Adrian, you're a numpty, I tell you. Can't take you anywhere.
Who? Me? I can read anything.
No, bollocks. You couldn't read that, could you? Could you read that?
I could read Chinese backwards.
Tell anybody anything, wouldn't you?
I'd get a sandwich at anybody's door. My ma said that because that's what you call in Scotland. It's like a piece and jam and stuff. It's like you get a sandwich at MD's door. So how is how many cats have you got left, Jackie?
10.
Did you not have 17 at one point?
Bloody hell. Originally it was 18, but originally we had altogether about 21. We had quite a few, but a lot of them were all. I mean, I had several, and Simon had some when I first met him, because he had cats already, and I had cats already.
So are you going to get more
obviously
cats?
Put all the cats together, but obviously some have died through illnesses and everything and age. So the oldest one is now about 15 years old at the moment, but she's not looking too well. So, but Simon's only got 2 cats left now. The rest of them mine, but except one of them has decided to adopt Simon. So I'm like, yeah, that's fine. You got 2 sisters. I've got a brother and a sister that they're really related. The rest are not.
Really? How did you end up with so many cats?
Basically, I had a female cat. Originally, what it was, got Biscuit. You don't really see her very often. But Biscuit, and she was given to me, but she was 5 weeks old, which I didn't know at the time, and I didn't know much about cats then. And then I remember ringing up and finding out, saying this cat's far too young because they're not meant to be away from the mother until they've been fully weaned. But she was able to eat meat, but it was hard work. But apparently she's a bit funny. One, because she's a tortoise shell. They've been well known to be a bit bitchy. And the second one is basically because she's away from her mother at a very, very early age. So I got her and I thought, oh, I'll get another cat to be, company. So I got another cat and I got her. And then I seen somewhere somebody was giving away 3 cats. And I thought, right, well, I'll get another one. So that would have been 3 cats. But what it was, this person, I rang him up and says, oh, you got, kittens. And he says, yeah, she's about, 8 or 9 months. That's what he said. And when I brings his cat home, and I'm not knowing much about cats at the time, and I'm looking at it, feeding, and then looking, it's like, is this cat pregnant? So she had 2 kittens.
So
Hello, mate.
It's like a bit like Russian dolls, isn't it? You bring a cat in that's pregnant, and then you end up with just 1 cat. You end up with like 3 or 4.
Well, she had a couple of kittens, and then we were going to keep her in. I got them. They all got neutered. Neutered and spayed. The rigmarole. But just before she was going to be taken to the vets, we found out she was a door opener. Well, the little cow bag opened the door and ran outside, and I'm like, no. So yeah, she ended up the spout again. So this is where I started learning to buy locks. We did things like put handles upside down, but one of our cats sussed it out. Oh, not fun. Not fun in the slightest. Oh, we went through a right rigmarole with it all.
Cats are not stupid. They're very intelligent animals.
Oh, no, they're not. Because I've got one of my cats to say mama. Well, so she'll come into the room and she'll go, mama. I'm like, yes, I've taught my cat to talk. And my other cat, if I'm going in the bathroom, I'll say to her, right, I'm going in the bathroom now. You come in. And she'll come with me. It's quite funny. And she could be even downstairs and I'll be like, come on, let's go to the bathroom. That's it. She'll go up there and wait. She'll wait for me as well.
I used to have 2 cats.
Yeah.
I got one from the cat and dog home, and it was called Pepsi. And people used to laugh, and people used to piss on it. They always said to me, why did you call it Pepsi? It's like, it was the cat and dog home that fucking called it Pepsi. And then I got a wee tabby cat called Ruby. I kind of let my when she was pregnant. I didn't really want her to have the cat running because the cat both thought having a baby and an Indo cat, I don't know, just hygiene purposes, I just thought I'll get him away. I gave Pepsi away to my sister. My sister says that she had Pepsi, but the cat was bullying the other.
Dave, when you keep scratching, I don't hear a word you're saying.
I said that I gave the cat Pepsi to my sister.
Yeah.
She already had a cat, and then it turned out that Pepsi was bullying the cat that was there, and my sister ended up having to get away. She gave the cat away, and it turns out that I gave her Ruby, and Ruby kind of eventually died. I don't know how she did. She actually did growth hormone. She never really got very big. She was always very small, but she's fully grown. I got her when she was a kitten. And I remember when she was in heat, it was mental. I took her to the Cat's Protection and I got her, you get vouchers for the Cat's Protection and they neuter them. I think it was like 60.
Yeah, there is one. There is a Cat's Protection. So yeah. But I got one. I've got all my cats have been done, but you'll find if a cat's still intact, the sounds that they make, I don't know how people could leave the sounds. The female goes absolutely ballistic and then the male starts and it's just like, no. That sound is ending now. You are going to the vets.
Because they don't. When a female cat goes into heat, it's mental. I remember there was a couple. I lived in a bed sit, and the guy lived in a bed sit. His brother knew people that lived across the road. He moved out, and he was flat shared with this couple, and they had a cat called Smarty, and they wouldn't get it like neutered. and it was dead aggressive, and it would just attack people for no reason. No, it would just sit
there's
on
no
top.
reason.
I would just sit on top of a wardrobe, and it would just jump on people and just fucking go nuts with them, and be like, wow. I don't understand. If you've got a cat, a female cat, why wouldn't you just fucking get it neutered? It doesn't make sense.
I know, but the thing is,
Do you know what I mean?
nowadays, if you get your cats neutered, it's a friggin' it's extortionate. It's so bloody expensive. I mean, I had mine and it cost something like, was it 10 or 20 quid? Now it costs a lot more than that. I don't know how much it is.
How much is it for a female to get spayed?
I don't know. It's about 100 and something, as far as I know. It's gone up that much.
I know. It says there, hey Eve, yes, ragdolls are beautiful. I don't know, the whole idea of ragdoll kind of annoys me because of the fact that it's one of the cats that gives off a lot of hair. So
no, they are pretty laid back cats, but I've heard they have an awful lot of problems. I mean, I like ragdoll cats, and they are beautiful cats. They are pretty good, really, really good natured cats, and I like all the little coloured points on them and everything like that. Like 400 quid, Jesus, that is loads. But yeah, get them neutered, that helps. But I do know they can have urinary tract problems. I do know that, which is not good. But then that can happen to any cat anyway, because it can happen a lot to male cats. So you just have to be careful. So yeah, it's not nice.
I love them, but I would never have another cat because really you have to be in a lot. And if I end up in the hospital for 9 days, who's going to look after it? I've not any pals. You know, that's the bad thing about not having pals and not really getting on very well with different people. And I've got family, but I wouldn't ask my family to go and look after my cat because the way I've seen it, like if you've got a cat, that's your responsibility. That's no the next door's responsibility. That's not your family's responsibility. Your pals. That's your responsibility. You know, so I mean, they say, but you know, if you have a cat, you need to have a dog. But you need to take it up. Of course you do, but you don't need to have a dog.
No.
I don't like dogs. I'm not sure. I'm frightened of dogs. I know a guy and he's quite macho and he talks a lot of nonsense, this guy, but he's always had dogs and he had 3 of them in the rescues. And he's the kind of guy, all the dogs he's got, because I know the kind of guy he is, I wouldn't get anywhere near his dogs. And the other day I went and dogs can sense fear. And he does kind of a cross pit bull kind of one of them, and I went to pet it and I just said to him, the dog was just ready to jump, and I just backed away and I said to the guy, that dog can smell fear off me. And you know, they can smell fear. And I mean, I'm all right with some dogs, you know, where I have a problem, and I said it to the guy, I says, I don't have a problem generally with dogs, like, because even if somebody say, but it's not going to bite, and that's fair enough, and even if I think the dog's tame, it's not what the dog will do that I'm frightened of, it's what it has the potential to do. Now, I don't mind sitting in a room with a Jack Russell, I don't mind sitting in a room with a wee Chihuahua, you know, because I'm not going to do any damage, and that's not going to do me. But if I'm sitting in a room with an American Pit Bull Terrier, that's not happening. I'm not getting into a house with a fucking dog that big. Yeah. If I know my pal's got a dog that big, I'm not getting anywhere near it. And I remember there was a guy, and he had this dog out for I don't know what kind of dog it was. I think it was like a cross between a Mastiff and a Staffordshire Bull Terrier or whatever. But it had anger issues, and it was off the lead. And I don't have a dog. This guy had the dog off the lead, and you're not allowed to do that. And he kind of just went out, and I was just walking in the corner, and I went to talk to him, and the dog was being quite aggressive, and I thought, anyway, that's the dog just doing its job, and I felt saying, well, 1, it should be on a fucking lead, and 2, it shouldn't be that defensive considered. I never showed you any threat. I was just approaching you and having a general conversation, but I never said it. I just went, no bother, and I just walked away. I thought, that dog has to be on the lead. If that dog's overly protective, it should be on a fucking lead.
Well, the thing is, the dog's that overprotective and like that. It should have a muzzle as well because it shouldn't be
I
out
think
like
so. I remember seeing the guy. There's a guy I know, and he's got this dog, and a lot of people I know have got dogs that I just would not go near. I wouldn't even attempt to pet the dog. Do you know what I mean? There's a guy I got, and he's got one of these dogs, and it's not a full bred, but it's like an Akita.
Oh,
And
yes.
I've heard stories about the dogs. They were actually specifically bred to hunt fucking bears.
Akitas are, and the dogs that I've been looking at as well, which I know could be very, very defensive, is a type of Newfoundlands as well. They are bloody huge, and they use them on farms, and they take on bloody wolves and everything. Them type of dogs, they are freaking huge. Now, hold on a minute. Eve, sorry. Basically, it's coconut oil. If I find the link for it, I'll put it in the chat in a minute, the stuff that I use. My cats actually eat it, but don't give them too much, otherwise they'll have the shits. But it does help to dissolve it.
I've got a friend, and it's a female friend, and she's got a staffy and a female staffy, and the dog is a lovely dog. I'm not frightened at all. It hands up to me, and I can sense when a dog is all right. But dogs might be able to sense when I'm frightened, but I can also sense when a dog is not right. There's a Chinese woman near me, and there's a lot of Chinese people living in my area.
Yeah.
There's a Chinese woman, and she's got one of the chow chows.
Oh, yes, I know what they are.
And it was a guy I know, Jim, and he was like, he did say to me, he says, don't get anywhere. And I seen it just tied up at a pole outside the shops.
Yeah.
And the wee Chinese woman, she's never out the bookies. And I spoke to her and I just say hello to her, and this dog, right? And he turned around and he says, do not attempt to pet that dog. That dog will fucking maul you. And I could totally tell. You know what I mean? It's like when I was in Amsterdam about maybe about 6, 7 years ago.
Yeah.
I was passing, and I don't know what it's with European dogs. The woman looked at me as if I was fucking strange because I went to pet the dog. The fucking dog nearly took the hand off me. But I literally just get my hand away within, I would say, about 2 inches. So unless I know a dog, I'm getting nowhere near it. And in a lot of the cases, even when I see a dog, I can normally tell.
I don't touch other people's dogs without asking the owner, because at the end of the day, it's the owner. I'll be like, right, is the dog all right to touch? People, they automatically go over and touch them. You're basically chancing it. It's not a good idea. I'm one of them. Is the dog all right to, am I all right to touch the dog? If they say no, then don't do it. But people are just going automatically like, yeah, it's a dog, let's go and touch it. It's like, really? The dog's going to be like, whoa, what's all these? Why are all these people doing this? Whoa. It's not good.
I think it's a two-way street, Jackie. I mean, I think when it comes to the actual dog itself, I think, dogs might sense fear, but you can also sense an awe when a dog's no right and all. Now, I think humans have got senses with that and all. I never underestimate the sense of a human. Because Jackie, how many times have you went to a dog and you think, that dog can sense fear over me, but how many times have you been frightened of a dog, but you've walked past it and went, that dog's not right?
Oh, yeah. Because I see a dog there. I just know just to carry on walking and completely blank it.
I don't get anywhere near them. I won't touch them. And I mean, there's some dogs where I'm like, I'm never like that with a cat, because I know a cat might scratch you or bite you, might even draw blood, but it's no going to do the same damage a dog would.
Oh, cats can do a lot of serious damage if they want to. Oh, yes, they can. They can mess you up big time. It depends on how aggressive they are.
Well, I mean, a big cat, obviously, but a small domestic cat, I'm not frightened of cats at all.
You just wait to come to you, though.
I've never seen a cat maul a human. I've never seen a cat doing that before.
Oh, a cat can have it if it wants to. It just depends, especially if they've been treated like shit. Like, just having a look. Yeah, basically, Eve, I'm doing a competition where people can tell stories, and they can either be a fictional, non-fictional, can be a ghost or anything like that, and it's all going to be for the month of October. And people can send it through the email, and I'll read them out. And people will then, Dave, will you get your finger out of the bloody microphone, mate? Basically, what people will do is they're going to do, I'll do a poll when people basically select which they vote is their favorite one. And at the end of the month, the 4 that's left over, there'll be a poll on them. And then whoever wins will win £20. So there's going to be some stories, and it's going to be for October. So it's just something to do. And it's basically open to everybody, because if you're winning £20, it's going to go through PayPal. So you're going to get it. You can do it internationally or but it's a way of winning something. And it's going to be fun because I'll read the stories out on YouTube.
Win anything? No, I never won anything.
Well,
I don't even win anything.
You have won things off me, you lying git. You lying git.
I've actually still got unusual tech things, stickers. I put one of her stickers in my phone, but I changed phone, so I thought I didn't want to take it off that phone because I've changed phone. I've went through a few phones over the years.
Yeah, same.
Something like that helps. Something like that, I don't know.
Well, I've got fudge. I've got this phone, and then I've got my second phone, which is my old phone, because I keep them. Because if something happens to your phone, if you lose it or break it, you've got a backup phone. So it'd be like, whoa, that phone's getting fixed. Well, I've got my backup phone, so I can use that. And I've still got my third phone, which is upstairs, but I don't really use it. It's just there. Because basically, when you sell them and everything like that, you get bugger all for them. Yeah, I'm gonna probably put it down a little bit better, but it gives people time to think of something, whether, like I said, it's true or not, and it will be read out on one. Probably be on one of the first videos.
So how that works is you're going to get people to send you stories.
Yes.
You're going to read them. You're going to decide what is the best one, and you're going to give a prize for it.
I'm not going to decide because I feel like I'm being biased. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read each story out, and there's going to be, like I said, there's going to be at least 4 different categories, or there's going to be 4 different lots. I'm going to narrow it all down. It's going to be a bit better structured. But basically,
so is it all going to be
for October? So there's going to be at least one a week.
So
one bunch of stories a week. Yeah, it's going to be, it's going to be fair, really. But yeah.
So who decides what is the best story is?
Because basically, I'll do a poll on here, because I do polls every now and again in my community tab.
All right.
And basically, people can vote for which one they thought, because you're going to be listening to the story and you're going to decide which one you want. And at the end of the day, when it gets to the end, and I'm going to say, right, which one out of these 4 do you think is the best? And whoever everybody votes for is the winner, and they'll win £20. So you can't say fairer than that. Better than the kick of the bum.
I don't know. I'd rather have a kick. Well, it depends. I mean, some people would rather have a kick up the bum.
Like it. Don't you bloody start, you. You're a bit
bad.
Too bad for me to go all the way down there. Sorry, all the way up there to Scotland and like, right, hello, Dave. Bang, got the bump. Right, I'm going home now.
Jackie, there's a lot of people who pay £20 to give them.
They are weirdos. They are just right in the head.
I watched a documentary about that, and it was a woman, right? And she turned around and says, she's one of these dominatrix. Now you get these people that get paid money to fucking.
Yeah, them people. They are weird. Some people like getting kicked, or they like getting stood on. They like getting whipped, and I'm just like,
it's madness.
Go floats your boat.
Jackie, if I could get paid £100 an hour for wearing a fucking pair of high heels and fucking standing in the back of a businessman, I would do it. Like, you know what I mean? There was a guy I knew, and I met him. I'm not going to say where I met him. I know him for the gay scene. And I'm quite straight acting, and you can tell what he is just by looking at him, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't say that with me. You would never know that. And it turns out that he went, said to me when we were just sitting in it, he actually did kind of went, well, were talking about Pine for getting your backside spanked kind of thing, and he was kind of like, no, probably was saying, would you do that kind of thing, as if to say he would pay me money to scout his skills. And I went, well, I kind of went, well, would you? And he went, well, as long as you could keep a straight face and you weren't going to laugh. And I'm like, you would pay me to fucking scalp your ass? And it was like,
I've not heard that word in ages. My mum used to say that. I'm going to scalp your ass. Because it must be an Irish and Scottish word. Scalp your ass.
Well, Northern Irish is mostly the people in Northern Ireland, probably 50-60% of them are Ulster, so they're from Scotland, most of them anyway.
Yeah, they are.
So if you were to do one of the ancestry DNA things, most of your family, you would have a lot of it.
Yeah. I'm more Celtic than English. I'm like, yes. It's funny. It's really funny.
But I mean, that was weird. That was really, really weird. I mean, I'm 51. I mean, even 6, I would say about 6, maybe 7 years ago. And I mean, I have changed since then, obviously, but even in my 40s, I'm like, what you would actually. And he was about, I'd say maybe 35, 36. I mean, surely there would be younger guys out there that would, a guy in his 20s that would put you on his backside. And the thing is, it wasn't even anything sexual. And I'm thinking, surely you could go with somebody younger, do you know what I mean? But he was looking serious. And I'm like, I did think about it. I thought, if you've got money, you fucking pay me 50 quid for scalping your ass. I'll fucking scalp you. If you want me to go and get a slipper, I'll go and do it. The granny slipper, Jackie.
Oh, the bloody granny slippers. Oh, yeah, come over here. Right, bend over my knee. Bang, bang. No.
But then I mean, look, whatever floats your boat. I remember when I went to Amsterdam, and they've got all that. You know what they're like over there? They're very liberal when it comes to the sex shops. Have got everything in it. And the backpackers hostel I lived in was right next to the red light district. So I was just walking about, and I looked in this window, and it was like all the sex stuff, and they had this big latex arse. It was a big rubber. It was a big rubber arse.
Oh my god, rubber arse.
And I looked through, and it was this wee chap. I think they were Chinese. I don't know. And it was this Chinese coming. Oh, and I was like, I'm looking at him, and it's like one of the ones where we kind of just struck a note, and we were just rolling about laughing. And the guy was looking at his wife, and they're laughing, and we were just fucking rolling about laughing. It's like there's a shop in Glasgow. It's not there anymore. It used to be called Watt Brothers, and it's right next to the bus stop where I normally get my bus.
Yeah.
And they used to have the mannequins, with the lingerie and all that. And I'm just sitting there. I was pissed. I came back. I must have been in my late 20s when I was coming in one night. And I was sitting in a bus stop, and I had a couple of drinks in there. And I turned around, and there's these old women going, and they're looking at the lingerie. And I just turned around and looked at them. And I looked at the window, and then looked at them, and I went, and a naughty window, ladies. And they started pissing themselves off. That's fucking mental. That's just nuts. I mean,
I don't even think they show stuff like that in the windows anymore. But they used to do stuff like that. But now, oh no, they can't do that. It's like,
but the thing about that is, did you know the woman that started Ann Summers is dead?
Oh, I know.
I just found that out the other day. Jacqueline Gold, her name is. She's dead.
Is she? Oh, shit.
Yeah, she's dead. Because I remember watching a programme, and she invited like people for like the public and stuff like that into her house, and it's like, oh, look at my house, and she seemed like a decent person, but she's dead now. Huh? She died. Kevin Keegan, that football player guy, died as well.
There's quite a few people that have gone, and it's just like when you hear it, and you're like, no.
He died of cancer, Keegan, as well. Sad.
I mean, I didn't like football, but I knew who we were. You know,
I mean, that's
football. Rob.
Even if you like football, it's like, people know George Best, Kevin Keegan.
Yeah, exactly. You had to have
you need to be living miles not to know who they are. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. But nowadays, it's like, no, don't care, not interested.
Kevin Keegan was Britain's first £1 million player.
Bloody hell.
He was the player that broke that right. He was Britain's first one, and that's. I mean, you get a lot of records in football for transfers. Like, the Scottish record was 5 million at one point, and then it was 4 or 5, and then it went to 12 million. I think for Tory Andrew Flo.
I'm going to watch. I'm going to tell you now. I know you like football. Don't talk football, otherwise there'll be trouble.
I know, but I
I
mean,
detest football, but it's all right.
I found out the other day that guy, see him that did the stripping show. He had all the nightclubs. Remember the guy down in London, and he was like, well, it was like I think it was a Tory. He had, what was his name? I don't think his name. Peter something. They had all the strip
Peter
shows.
Longfellow.
And he's dead.
Yeah, but bloody
I
hell,
didn't know that. He's dead. I didn't know that.
didn't know he'd gone. Because usually I see somebody coming up like Bonnie Tyler not long ago. She's gone. And
That's
I'm
right.
like, really? And there's somebody else. I can't remember who the hell it were. And it's just like, what the hell? All the people that we grew up with, and it's like, you're dropping like flies. No, you're meant to live forever.
I remember
Stop.
years ago. We went. It was like a day trip. We used to go like these youth groups and stuff like that, and it was like we were in some. I think it was Saltcoats, and we were just sitting. It must have been about 15, 16. We're just talking, and my pal turned around and went, "All these oldies, all they go about so and so's died, so and so's died." And then now I'm kind of at the stage now where it's like I know hundreds of people that have died, man, and it's like
There
okay,
is loads of people that have gone, but some people have died, like obviously from illnesses, or they've taken substances and they've overdosed on them. It's just so many things. But when you find it, there's people been living for absolutely years, and then it's like, oh yeah, this person's. I'm like, really? Damn, why? No, you're meant to be here forever.
Well, some celebrities do live for a long time, though. I mean, you know, it's one of the kind of old kind of. You're either going to go young or you're going to go old. There's very rarely ever in the middle with a celebrity. Have you noticed that? I mean, look at Clint Eastwood. He's fucking what age is Clint Eastwood? He's like 90 odd. He's still alive. Do you know who's still alive? I know, and it would probably surprise you. See him that did the $6 million man, and he was in. The Fall Guy and all that.
Yes, I know. Lee Majors.
He's still alive.
I used to sit and watch I like the Fall Guy. I used to watch the Fall Guy. I used to watch the Bionic Man. Freaking used to love all them as a child. Watched all of them. Then I watched the Bionic Woman, and they had a Bionic Dog as well. I used to watch all of them as a child. So yeah, Lee Majors, the Fall Guy. I used to love watching that.
I liked the Fall Guy. I liked the tune more than the Fall Guy. But I liked Airwolf. I used to love Airwolf.
Oh, Airwolf. Yeah, I liked Airwolf. So yeah, Airwolf, and then you had Street Hawk, which was on the bike. Then you had Knight Rider in the car.
Have you ever seen a film called Tron?
Tron, yes, I watched it in the cinema as a child.
Amazing that film, isn't it? Yeah, it's a really good film. Have you ever seen a film called it's something to do with Thunderball, but it's no James Bond. It's Killer Ball or something it's called, and it's really brutal. It's all about this sport where it's like, you know, people die. It's like I can't even.
Yeah, I think it's the Arnold Schwarzenegger one. I think I've seen it. I can't remember the name of it. If Simon was here, he'd probably tell me. But yeah, I think I've seen it.
I liked like a lot. I liked the Never-Ending Story. I liked the Flight.
I hated that film. It was awful.
What about
the music that Lamar did, but the actual children's thingy, I thought it was the biggest load of crap. I hated it.
Flight the Navigator.
Yeah, that's good. See, I like things like Fly to the Navigator. I mean, at one point, when my kids, especially when my kids were living at home, I went and bought as many 80s. And it's like, you know, and they've watched a lot of it, so they can actually turn around and say, oh, I've seen that. Where you get some children now, it'd be like, oh, I'm not watching that. It's too old. Oh, it's before my day. Oh, I don't want to know. It's like, really?
I just think it's sad that when you go and you try and get a lot of these old films, they're not available anymore. It's really sad because, I mean, a lot of them are really good, and you go into these Netflix and then you're stuck with what they want to show you. So, I mean, that's
why I prefer buying DVDs and Blu-rays and all of that and 4K, because at the end of the day, the older stuff that you've got, you find they've not taken stuff out. You find, I mean, what I heard at the original E.T., because I've seen that in the cinema too, E.T., they changed where they you know, when Elliot was flying over with E.T. and they go up in the sky, but as they fly over the police, they changed them from them holding CB radios. Originally, they were holding guns, and that's what they changed it to.
My
And I
pal,
thought, seriously,
my pal says that ET was the best illegal alien. He learned English and then he went home.
yeah.
I thought that's terrible. I remember when I had bad personal hygiene and I had a skin heat, and I was saying to my pal, and my pal says, "Ah, you look like a refugee and you smell like one." I was like, "Yeah, fucking cheeky so and so." But another film that I liked, and it was Bowie was in it, and it was the one where he offered the thing for the baby. What was it, Labyrinth? The Labyrinth.
Labyrinth, the one with David Bowie. Yeah.
And he also, it was Jennifer Connelly was in that as well. She played the Jennifer Connelly was in it.
Yeah. Well, that's that when that came out in the cinema too.
I love the cinema.
And I seen Jennifer Connelly is who was talking about, the actual actress that was in Labyrinth.
Yeah, she was actually in it. She's a lovely looking woman. She's gorgeous looking woman. She's still, even in her day, she still looks alright.
I seen that in the cinema. I seen Superman 1, 2, and 3 in the cinema. I used to watch loads. My mum used to take me all the time, or my grandma would take me. So I went and watched a lot of films. Nowadays, it's not bloody worth it.
I mean, I just feel that there's a certain kind of a genre or a certain group of genres that when you go and see the movies, they're all pretty much the same. They follow pretty much the same. And I think that they're running out of ideas, I think, to be fair. You know, your original, I mean, I remember when you went to see a film and it was a good film and you can go, wow, that was good. I like Good Will Hunting as well. I mean, I liked that. I love Saving Private Ryan, Schindler's List. And I had this thing the other day, and it was one of the side things. I'm trying to think what it was called. It was called Ad Astra, and it was all, but it was, what's his name again? Him that was in, I'm trying to think, he was in, he's a pretty boy, he was in, it was a Brad Pitt, him. And
Yeah.
he was an astronaut, and it was a really good film. I really liked it.
Astronaut with Brad Pitt. I don't know about that. Mind you, I can't say I've watched every bloody Brad Pitt film because I've been lying.
Have you ever seen Inglourious Bastards?
I think I have, but I've got it on Blu-ray anyway.
Do you know what I've got? And I bought it when I
got Stare at Goats as well. Got quite a few stuff like that.
Jackie, why did you put in your side chat Scottish?
Because somebody says, what language is that? And I just said, because you're Scottish.
Oh, right. Somebody was asking about my ancestor.
No, not your ancestors. Like your accent. And they're like, what language is that?
I love that.
But yeah, you're Scottish. But I can understand you playing and right. So, but some people can't. People not hear it often enough. And then obviously there's different, dialects of Scottish. Like same for the Irish. I can understand North and Southern Irish. I can't understand the Gaelic side.
And a lot of people don't know the difference. Did you know that Dublin's get 2 accents?
Okay.
It's one of the only things. I never knew that. I found out a few years ago.
If I said to my mother, she'd probably tell me, but I'm sorry, no.
It does have 2. North Dublin and South Dublin have 2 different accents.
Yeah, I know. North and South.
It's weird. No, I'm not talking about Northern Ireland Republic. I mean North Dublin and South Dublin, the same city, have 2 different accents. It's weird.
I don't know, because I know my granddad on my mum's side, he were from Dublin, but my grandma, she was from Belfast. So which was very, very unusual in them days for the north and southern.
No, really, because I mean, a lot of the people went for the south into the north anyway. I mean, it just depends, how that kind of plays out. Just really depends on the ancestors. I done the ancestry check, and it was like it just came up Scotland. I'm seemingly 3% Scandinavian or 3% Danish.
Oh yeah, I've had a bit got like 30% from Finland. I'm like, cool. And then I saw like, yeah, and I thought, oh god, he's going to think now he's got an excuse to be Viking now for that little 3%. I thought, no.
63% Scottish and 23% Irish, and I think I was like 3% Danish, and I'm like, so I'm pretty much Scots-Irish, really, no matter what way you cut it. But
Yeah.
I'm more Scottish than Irish, because when I look up my ancestors, they all go right back into Northern Scotland, Addrissie, Cargyle, Fife, and the thing about that is, like, I've done the ancestor, right? And my dad he's deep now, right? He was abandoned as a baby, and my ma said something about Cowdenbeath, which is in Fife.
Yeah.
Something about a doctor, and she was quite young, because my dad was adopted, and his biological mother abandoned him, and he was born
Right.
in Glasgow.
David, it's going to stop you in a minute. When it hits 1:30, I'm cutting the stream, so you've got 6 minutes.
So basically turned out that, you know, his biological mother was Fife, and I done the genealogy and found out, and I went back to where his mum was actually biologically born. Turns out she was 16 in 1939, so having a child out of wedlock nowadays was like not the done thing.
Oh,
so
no, it weren't the done thing at all.
and they estimated she came through for Cowdenbeath, trapped the baby and effed off back to Cowdenbeath. But then it turned out I went through all the different ancestors, and there's a thing called the centimorgans. It's not the percentage of your DNA that decides whether you are related to somebody. There's a thing called the centimorgans, and if you get over so many, it's almost a 99.999% chance you're going to be related to that person.
Yeah.
So it turns out I looks up and I sees Scott Brown, and everything was all private, and Scott Brown is a ex-Scottish football player. He's actually the manager of Clyde. Was it Clyde? Not Ayr United. He's a pure. He's one of the ones that the Rangers fans absolutely fucking hate.
Oh shit!
And I'm a Rangers fan, so I'm looking at it and I'm like, and it's like, it's not going to be.
You'll be like, I'm related to a Rangers. No,
I'm
but
saying
you're Rangers, aren't you?
it's not the same Scott. Can he be the same Scott Brown? I mean, that Scott Brown is for Dunfermline. Then I looked up Scott Brown, and guess where Scott Brown was born and grew up? Fucking Dunfermline, second cousin, Jackie. So I might actually be related to Scott Brown. If it is, and it's all private, it says, because you can either manage your file yourself or you can get somebody else to do it for him. Somebody else manages his file. So it could be, if he is a celebrity, he's not going to do that publicly. Celebrities would never do that publicly. So there is a possibility that Scott Brown, the football player who's now the manager, who is Celtic Rangers #1 fucking hate figure, might actually be my second cousin.
Oh God, poor you. Poor you. I'm sorry, I wouldn't be shouting that around.
I know, I'm not going to be telling to that at Ibrox when I go to the game. It's like, by the way, Scott Brown might actually be my second cousin. I'm like,
what we got here? Leah said, I just stopped working, got too hot, nearly threw up. Yeah, I'm just glad it's cooled down a little bit, but it's going to be a bit cooler next week. I mean, I actually had the front door open at one point because earlier on it was really warm and I was doing a few things in here.
Where is Leah? Can I see? Is she inside?
She's in South Wales.
Unusual
Pets is Leah.
No, I know, but I can't see her inside chat.
Cheers. Unusual Pets.
Give me a minute. If I go outside chat, give me a minute.
I don't bloody know. I can't see for you. Are you going, Andrew? So I'm going in a minute as well. I've got going in a few minutes. I've got.
It's not coming up on my TV though. Anyway, right, I'll let you go, Jackie, and you can go and I might go to the gym because it's late. I might have another cup of coffee. I might have a shower and go to the gym. I don't know, because I've got off-peak memberships. I can go between 8 at night, 8:30 at night, and 3:30 tomorrow morning. So I might go. I don't know. Might get rid of my yellowness.
You don't know. You might start glowing out like out of Only Fools and Horses.
If I turn guy, Peckham Spring Water, Jackie. Peckham Spring Water. I've been on the Mary Hill Spring Water. Right now, I'll let you go.
Right, I'm going to say good night, and I'll say thank you for John Lawrence, who was on earlier, and
John?
Dave, the pain in the bum. Yeah, John was on earlier, weren't he?
Who else was on?
Nobody else, because Matt's poorly at the moment.
Oh, I heard that. What about Melissa? She's not been on in ages.
I've not seen her for a while, so I don't bloody know. I don't know what she's up to at the moment. I'm going to have to stalk her and see what she's up to. Send her a message.
Because normally Matt's on Melissa will
Hey,
be on.
hey, stop going into another tyrant, otherwise I'll be going over there and giving you a thick ear. Now,
Hey, I'll let you
here's your
go.
phone.
So, night, Jackie. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dave. You paying in the phone.
Bye. Time
Bye,
for
Dave.
Bye.
And I'm going to say goodbye to everybody in chat. And I will see you all later on. Thank you.